Okay. All right. So there's a lot of things that I need to address, and there's a lot of things I need to go over. There's just so much stuff that I need to discuss, talk about, all the stuff, right? So I had made some comments, and I'm going to address this now. I made some comments yesterday morning about 7 a.m., 8 a.m. Pacific Standard. So I'm West Coast. So I made some comments about FadeAwayMedia, and exactly I made some comments about reactionary content. I didn't say anything malicious. I didn't say anything wrong. Um, I just find it interesting how many of you took it out of context and slammed me for it. So, no, I am not a defender of FadeAwayMedia. Let me make this really clear. I'm not. I think, at the end of the day, when you use somebody's footage, especially a big organization, and you don't ask for permission, yeah, they have the right to do what they need to do with their content. That is fair. Now, people can scream and cry all they want, fair use, fair use, fair use, but that's in certain circumstances. Now, I respect Sean Ross Sapp. I respect the process. I respect everything to do with him. If it wasn't for people like him, there wouldn't be people like me and Smooth doing shows like this. And we respect him. We use him as a source here at times when we're quoting things. But again, I'm going to say this in a professional way. And I'm going to keep this very, very professional tonight. What I did not appreciate was everybody coming down my throat and telling me, oh, he made nothing content, this, that, and the third, you don't get it, and then calling me a bunch of derogatory shit in my own DMs. So here's my thing. I don't care what you do on the internet. What makes you shit should not make me eat, vice versa, right? My problem is when you're telling me, oh, well, he made nothing content. Okay, if he's made nothing content and he's a nothing burger, then why is everybody making it a big deal? See, that's what I'm scratching my head on. And the other thing is, if you're going to go that way and you're going to act like everybody should be silenced for making shit content like that, right? Then we should be looking at the bigger picture and going after everybody that does it, instead of just taking out certain people. We went after reactionary content. What is next? And that's what I was saying. I did not say FadeAwayMedia deserves to continue to stay and it's fair use and all that, and I'm defending him. No. All I said was, look, if you're going after one, then you need to go after everybody. And if you're going to point the finger at everybody, like Sean Ross Sapp and all these people and people that were commenting and everything else, then we really need to point the finger at the people that make gooner content for women's wrestlers and take it in slow motion their ass and all this different stuff. Then we need to go after the people that take pictures and not put courtesy to WWE or respect the organization. You know what I mean? And where were people 10 years? It's been going on for 10 years. So where have people been? And also, it's not just WWE that's been doing this. New Japan's been well known for this. TNA's been well known for this. AEW, to a certain extent, has been well known to do this. So it's not just WWE. Don't just point the finger at them. Point the finger all around at everybody. At everybody. Okay? And to these people that said, like, I found it really, really, really unprofessional. The low bottom hanging fruit comments. So let me get this straight. I'm offended. Okay. There's a lot of people with disabilities in the world. And for people to say that is absolutely dumbfounding and absurd. And when I go to your channel and see what you are doing is you're clipping WWE content. You're modifying it for views, or you're taking still images of things and then you're having these fantasy booking moments. I just find it wild. And then one of them in particular was crashing out about Kyrie Sane. And I've had this conversation with this guy, and I've told him, look on X, look at this guy crashing out about that. Also, that same dude also came at me and made a big ordeal that I'm defending FadeAwayMedia and how dare me. No, and I want to make that clear. FadeAwayMedia, we only had 2 interactions between each other on DMs, and it was talking about my Lakers. That was it. He's a Lakers fan. I'm a Lakers fan. That was it. And he was respectful towards me. And I can only talk about my fucking experience. Pardon my language. My experience. That's it. I can't go and talk about somebody else's experience. What, like I said before to start this, what I shit should not make you eat and vice versa. It would be like me and Smooth going to a restaurant, having one conversation, and then people having a different conversation about somebody else differently. You know what I mean? So those are the things that I wanted to address because it really kind of just irritated me because I respond to things all the time on the fly and I have a mouth and an opinion. My co-host also knows this that I do. And I do it for a reason because I'm passionate. First of all, I'm a passionate wrestling fan and I'm a passionate sports fan. And if I have something to say, I'm going to say it. Same with gaming, tech, anything. I'm going to have a mouth and an opinion. I don't care how big you are or small you are. You could have one follower and I could turn around and make a comment and blast you. You know what I mean? So it's like, at the end of the day, I respect Sean Ross Sapp, but I don't agree with a lot of people that were saying to me about these comments. I mean, it comes down to freedom of press, freedom of speech. How far is WWE willing to take this? Because now it's going to become, should I be worried as a reviewer? Should I be worried as a news provider, right, in the new media? Should I be worried that if I say something about Finn Balor, or I say something about AJ Styles, or I say something about Undertaker, or I say something over here, should I be worried that Nintendo may drop a DMCA on my YouTube channel and all the shit that I've worked hard for go to shit because I have to deal with a strike? And if you've ever dealt with a strike on YouTube, it's very bad. Same with Rumble, same with any of these platforms. It's disastrous. It actually will ruin your channel. So I don't know if FadeAwayMedia was making revenue off the platform. I don't know in particular, but if it is, then then that is devastating. And you know what? Look, there is a lot of people that make slop freaking reactionary content. There's NBA channels out there. There is MLB, NHL, gaming channels out there. And look, there's an audience for it. Like, it's like porn. There's just an audience for everything, right? So I'm not going to frown upon people that do the O face or the shock face or whatever type of face, right? And review, right? That's for people to interpretate, right? Or have an opinion on, right? I didn't get in the weeds with FadeAwayMedia or these reactionary channels. WWE went in and felt that it was redeemable to drop a DMCA and do what they needed to do. They are in an organization, but it's really becoming very apparent to me that WWE has favorites. And what they're going to do is start silencing people and only pushing their favorites that pass a narrative that WWE's great and Mayberry and everybody else can get fucked. Pardon my language. I know I'm cursing a little bit. I said I was going to keep this professional. But I'm very passionate, and I'm very passionate about free speech and freedom of the press. And, you know, and I know this is going into the politics side of things, but I don't like what's going on in the world where big organizations can police smaller people and tell people what they can and can't say. And that goes against our constitution of what we are as a country. And it's wrong to me. Very, very wrong. And yes, I get the whole fucking reactionary content. I get this. I get maybe he wasn't the best content creator in the world, but so many of you have had so many different opinions, and it's kind of funny how many of you have come out of the weeds just to talk shit. And to me, I find that pathetic when I click on these channels that are talking shit, right? And I find it funny how you guys are doing gooner content, taking WWE like Rhea Ripley. The biggest one I saw was Rhea Ripley, and you guys are like making it into like her cheeks going up and down. Like that's not fair use, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. That is not fair use. Another one is taking WWE pictures and modifying them. Remember, they're going through some issues with AI. They just got shillelagh'd for fucking Danhausen AI shit right now. If you haven't seen the articles, people are flaming WWE for using Danhausen's likeness, I should say, and AIing it. Well, I've said enough on this opinion. This is my opinion, how I feel, and what I need to say, because honestly, I did not expect Sean Ross Sapp. I did not expect some of these dirt sheets to come at me. I respect my fellow constituents in the world. I respect people. But to say, oh, he didn't bring any content to the world, or oh, he didn't contribute to the world. Well, obviously he did. And the other people, because you guys are all talking about it, he was trending #1. Let's keep it, the buck stops there, man. If he was a nothing channel and he was a nothing person, then why is everybody talking about him? Why is everybody talking about these reactionary channels? Why? If they're a bunch of nobodies and they're scum trash and all this different stuff as you're all spewing, then practice what you preach. Please, for the love of that's holy. I can't stand when people practice what they preach and then don't practice what they preach and then they want to go online and talk all this shit. Like, you are part of the problem. And what I wrote on my social media platforms, what a lot of you are hypocritical when you do the exact same shit. You do the exact same thing, expecting the same results. And I'm worried about the whole DMCA. I'm worried about the takedowns. Um, I'm worried about Nintendo. I'm worried about WWE becoming like Nintendo and taking out people like the Gestapo. And that's what I'm worried about the most. And it's not going to affect the bigger creators. It's going to affect people like me that are starting out. And it's going to make it harder. And it's going to make it harder on my co-host if he wants to start talking wrestling shit. And we got to constantly look our backs now, dot our I's and cross our T's, which is morally wrong. Like, it shouldn't be that way. We shouldn't be walking on eggshells to make fucking videos or make a stream or have a conversation with our friends and record it and have a good time talking about the things that we love to talk about. I find that shitty. And that's where my point was. It didn't have to do with, oh, I'm defending FadeAwayMedia. I can give two shits at the end of the day. People are people. But what I give a shit is when big organizations are policing everybody and telling people how they should and should act. What's next? WWE is going to tell me that I need to be jingle from like fucking Bo Jingles or fucking Raising Canes, and I need to preach because they have to control a narrative. Anyway, I'm gonna let my co-host say what he needs to say about the. I know we were talking off to the side, so I'm gonna let him speak his stuff on this. I know he wants to. I know he's chomping at the bit for it, and I'm gonna let him have the floor. Go ahead.
Sure. Well, I mean, you're right about what you're saying, and while you were ranting, I had to look through the DMCA, which is the digital Millennium Copyright Act, and basically, I'm just reading it and going through it. And if y'all have enough time, please go through it as content creators. Please go through it, read every word about it because it's very important now of what WWE via TKO is doing to content creators everywhere. And it's not right of what they're doing. They're violating First Amendment and First Amendment, First Amendment of freedom
I'm
of
gonna
speech
interrupt you
and
real
freedom of the
quickly. I
press.
forgot to mention this in my little tangent. We'll get to your
Go
comment
ahead.
here, Rocco, here in a second.
Mhm.
So WWE was using those people that they flagged out and took down. They were using them as promotional content, by the way, too. So just
Oh,
take it. They're taking these people's content, flagging them down, and then using it as promotional material on said platforms. Which I find that's also what I was trying to convey too. How is it that you could take down people and then start using their content to profit off of them? That's shitty. That's scumbaggish to me. You know what I mean?
true. And for those that feel as though, well, you want to be part of the army, the Gestapo to take down content creators just because they talk in such a different way than you, then you're the fucking fool. Then you're the damn fool for it anyways. And what happened to Fadeaway Media should have should have just been like, you know what? Let him speak. You have a right to his speech as long as he's not harming anyone online, as long as he's not infringing on anyone's operations as a as as the main content creators commented about wrestling. Because for that to take place and everybody's paying attention to him, that meant to say he was very much in the a little bit in the know and and in the hornet's nest on certain things. because rightfully so. You can't you as okay. WWE right now is turning into what we don't like from the U.S. government. Would you say that correctly, my co-host?
I would honestly, where's my accent? I don't have an accent, but thanks, buddy. Um, I would honestly tell you, yeah, I agree with that. Also, and I would also throw into here too, in that same vein, right? Um, I would say that my comments were, yeah, okay, his stuff is slop content, right? We can all agree there, right? Not everything that people post online that have reactionary content is considered, um, you know, great content, right? What Fadeaway Media was doing was basically reacting to WWE content and I guess putting bare minimum. I didn't get in the weeds with it. I've only talked to him twice and it was mostly about Lakers stuff. It wasn't anything, it was nothing special. It wasn't anything. It was a nothing burger to be honest with you. And mostly thumbing up and talking about YouTube content. It wasn't anything like special. And I think he gave me a little bit of advice. I didn't really take it and um but there is a lot of people on social media that do the same shit that he's doing. Like I said, I gave examples. There's a lot of gooners out there that take WWE women's talent videos and they slow it down. They don't give credit and they use it as sexual content, or they'll go to the hub or they'll go somewhere else, right? So to me,
Yes.
I think there is a line in the sand where people need to understand if you're going to make slop content like that, then we really need to dive deep into um other people's forms of content because there's more that meets the eye to everything and there's also too it's not just that like now it's going to come down to will WWE if you use an image or if you use something in your reviews in a thumbnail or you have a mouth and an opinion, should you be worried about and this will also be a trickle effect what people don't realize if we allow
So
this then that's going to open the doors for ESPN, CBS. Um, and I also promoted this too. Like, where's the FCC chairman Brandon Carr? That made a
Brandon
big
Carr.
freaking ordeal about late night TV shows and daytime TV shows and how he was going to provoke all the stuff. So he's so much
Yes.
about freedom of speech. Where is it in this situation? WWE is
That's it.
silencing people and taking away rights by the day. That was my whole
Because
comment. That's my whole comment
yeah.
here. I'm not bashing on anybody that commented towards me. I felt some of the comments were a little out of bounds because
Hmm.
I felt it was disrespectful when people are like low bottom fruit or common denominators. It's like, okay, what do you mean by that? Do you
What
mean
do you mean
stupid
by
people?
that?
Do you mean stupid people or do you mean people that have fucking disorders and learning disabilities and things like that? Because if that's the case, then that's very kind of offensive to me. Because I
Uh,
have my own disorders, I have my own problems, and I find it really ridiculous. And I have friends that have issues too. So I find it also ridiculous too in the same vein. So then that offends me at that point because it's like, who are you talking to? And these people, like, if you read the comments, I'm like, okay, like you're upset because this guy made so many views off of WWE. It was going to come to a head anyway. Like these reactionary
yes.
content channels, it was just any day. I was waiting. This has
Yeah.
been going on. This has been going on for 5, 6 years now. This is nothing
Of
new.
course.
And the people that are reporting it, like a Sean Ross Sapp and all these different people, to be honest with you, where were you 10 years ago when Vince McMahon was doing it? Vince McMahon
Yeah.
even went to the wrestlers and said, "You cannot be on Twitch. You can't be over here." So I'll let you keep going. I didn't mean to interrupt, but I'm just saying, at the end of
True.
the day, I just think it's ridiculous that all these companies are sitting back and dictating the pace on how we should react as in content creators.
True. And basically what they're turning it into in this the DMCA crackdown and takedown of content creators, providing the people wrestling content to the world. It's such as what the such as what the government is doing in the here and now in this country, and it just gets ridiculous. But it also takes you up to the top. Take you, it takes everyone to the top of the food chain on who is on top of TKO and WWE and who they're and who they're friends with in the U.S. government. And right now, you see TKO WWE is in line with the Trump administration. So basically, they're working hand in hand and cracking down on wrestling content via the FCC chair, Brandon Carr. So Brandon Carr is being so silent about this. Sorry, this thing is just not wrestling now. Now it's getting to be a political topic to where a lot of people now have in this IWC, YWC, writing articles online, making video content about wrestling, in news form, have to speak out. You got to speak out now and say no. We can't have this. Let respect the respect the Bill of Rights, starting with the First Amendment,
Well, I will interrupt you
because
here
if
real quick. I'll interrupt you for a sec. The thing is, the reason
mhm,
I'm firing off the way I am, this is another thing. It's not about the guy that was
yes,
making shit content, as people were saying, right? I didn't get in the weeds like that, and that's not what I'm talking
no,
about. It starts with this kind of content, and then it festers into other things.
yeah, that's
People are
what
not
no,
understanding the bigger picture of this. The bigger
that's
picture
right.
is WWE could turn around and go, well, we're gonna put you have to come to our website and you have to comply like this, that, and a third. Nintendo was doing that with reviewers, where you had to
Hmm.
sign a document that stated when you review, you have to do these bullet points. That's where WWE is going to start going with content creators. They're going to pick their
And
favorites. They're going to pick their favorite outlets, and people like you and I, and people that do watch parties and all the stuff on Playbook and all the different shit
yes,
are going to be
hmm
terminated. That's
yeah,
my fear. That is my fear as a person, because it's like,
and that's
go ahead.
and that's why people have to speak out and form a bit of a protest. Put a
Yes.
hashtag, something, and say no more. You can't be doing this. Like I said, it's going into the political. It's going into politics, and it didn't have to be that way. I know what you were saying with fadeaway media. Now people wants to take that and make this thing political without them even knowing unknowingly, but they just did.
Well,
To where they're saying, "Oh,
here's another thing too. I feel like big media organizations are pointing fingers at smaller people, because the
yes,
smaller mainstream media or the new media is taking out the bigger media. So this is a prime opportunity to point the finger at the smaller guy and go, you see, we should be the ones. See, we're the professionals." And it's like, um, I don't agree with that either, because you're seeing that,
no,
and I don't want to get political here, but I am going to cross that line. You're seeing that on
yeah,
CNN. You're seeing that on Newsmax. You are seeing a couple of
Newsmax,
these YouTubers that are progressive new media taking out the bigger ones, the ones that have been there for 50, 60 years. So
yeah,
it's happening,
and
and they're
and
trying
then
to silence those people.
and this has been going on for because I remember checking into new media back in 2009. So by the time I checked in it, like I said, new media politically, it was it was taking off in the late 2000s into 2010s. Yeah, of course.
You
CNN,
have new generation of people. Here's the thing. You have new generation of people. You have people that have different perspectives on things, and some of the new people that are younger than me, that are getting into the weeds of politics, sports. I'm enjoying it. Look,
you too.
I think it's a beautiful thing that we have new takes on things, and we should. We shouldn't have the same outlets as we do. Like, I'm not trying to make fun of anybody. Like, for instance, there should always be somebody up and coming that swallows the bigger one, and vice versa. That's how we pass the guard. It's kind of like eventually Stephen A. Smith will be gone. Eventually, they will have
Yes,
to find a replacement for him when he decides
yes,
to call it said and done. That's this kind of shit I'm talking about. Or, i.e., when Howard Stern retires, right? When this is probably his last contract with Sirius, they're gonna have to find somebody, build somebody up to be the next
with
him.
somebody else. Of
And
course.
that's what we're doing with news mainstream media, the new Gen Alpha, Gen Z stuff. And I've been watching like Andrew Malakakis and things like that. And it's like, to
Oh
me,
yes.
at the end of the day, right? I think WWE, they've missed the mark with this. I think it's going horribly in the wrong direction. And I
Yes.
think this should be a litmus test to all the other companies out there. Don't fuck with house money and don't fuck with people in general, because what's going to happen is, and I love Sean Ross Sapp that's saying, oh well, this is he didn't contribute anything. If he didn't contribute anything, my dude, then
But
why is
yet
he
you said something
trending?
about it. But yet you said something
You're
about it.
speaking about it. You're writing articles about it.
Yeah,
You're giving the guy validity. Like, this guy could come out with another account and instantly blow up. You guys made that
there you
happen.
go. You made it
See?
happen. You should have just nipped it in the butt. Don't say anything. Move on.
Yep.
But you wanted to say something, but not you, but them. Y'all
Yep.
wanted to say something about it, and all of a sudden, now he's the talk of the internet. He's
He's
the
the
talk
talk
of
of the
social
town.
media.
He's the talk of the town right
Talk of
now.
not even the talk of the town. Talk of the social media world. Period. And you're welcome. And y'all are welcome for that one.
Well,
You're
I don't
definitely
get,
welcome.
and I also didn't understand this. People have to be offended to be offended. That was that Karen mentality and Jeffrey mentality. I'm like, you have to be offended to be
Yeah,
offended. You didn't even bother to watch the guy, and you're saying he's this, that, and the third. And
yeah.
then you go to that person's channel and you go, oh, this person's making gooner content. Oh, it's all about Rhea Ripley and Jade and their ass and this, that, and the third.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah, with the whole
you have the gall
slow
to
mo
go and
shit.
make fun of, yeah. You have the gall to make fun of somebody. Like,
Yeah,
when
that's
you're
like
doing the
that,
exact same thing.
and 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 that's like what's his name? Sean's View and
I knew you were gonna bring that
entertainment.
up. I knew you were gonna bring
Like
that up.
Sean's View Entertainment. Listen, I don't dislike him or anything. He's doing his content and he have his right for his First Amendment of freedom of speech and freedom of the press because he's got to put content out there. But too much of this content about about rumors about wrestlers getting hurt, getting into these car accidents or whatever the case is, and then when you go look it up, you don't see it,
Okay,
and
so
it's like,
this is where he's getting it from, and I've addressed this before on my channel because he actually subscribed to this very channel that I'm doing it on YouTube. This used to be Rev Sauce 9, now Wraith Realm TV, the official home. And you get
yeah,
my older content on this channel, but I'm just gonna say this: what I said about Sean's view was, and he followed me, and he even followed me on X. I don't know if he still follows me now. Um, I just said, look, when you go to Facebook and you go into these Facebook groups, that's why I'm very critical of like Liddy Wrestling, wrestling, whatever. You're giving your fantasy booking. You are that's also dangerous to me because you have
it is.
I'm not going to be mean. I'm not going to try to be mean here, but you have ignorant people
No,
that
no,
will
no.
believe you have ignorant people that believe the shit. And what Sean is doing is he's capitalizing on fodder content. And I've always said this, I don't despise him. I wish he would just be more raw and uncut and unbiased and just be real.
Yeah, me neither.
You got people like JD from New York that does the same shit. That will go, oh,
That's
I
true.
have sources. Oh, I have. Do you really have sources? Or are you
Yeah,
just doing this for
you really
clicks?
have.
That's
Yeah,
another thing.
and
That's
then
another thing that WWE should go after. And I'm not
and,
trying
and
to
then
make.
too,
Go ahead.
and then too, you got the wrestlers out there that's gotta go. That's gotta have that's having the voices speak up for themselves and go after guys like
Well,
him
one thing I was
and Jake.
disheartened on, and I'm going to say this, one thing I was disheartened on was AJ
Mhm.
Styles saying all IWC, YWC is bad. I did not like
Are
what
you,
he had to say in response to the reactionary content. I felt that it was literally out of bounds because he does not understand that not everybody
that's
has a
it.
malicious intent.
No,
And
no, AJ, no.
when we give a review, when I give a review, it's passionate from me and my own perspective as much as you as well. And it's like
Yes,
we're not here trying to say, look, we're just giving our opinion. That's it. You either take it or you leave it. I'm not trying to be. I the way I see it is, I grew up with Mike and Mike in the morning. I grew up with Cold Pizza. I grew up with the old school shows, Jim Rome. So the way I see it is, if I come on here, I'm not trying to emulate those guys, but I want to be in the ballpark because that's who I, as a person, as a kid, saw the most of, and I enjoyed that kind of content. I wish it would come back. I wish this real sports talk would come back. The only person I see doing that anymore, at best, is Dan Levitar, and I'm gonna go there.
and
Kwame
Jim
Brown
Rome.
do it. Jim Rome and
J-
Kwame Brown. I'm gonna say Kwame
yes,
Brown to an
Kwame.
extent. Like he's been
Oh
calling that
yes.
shit out for a while.
Oh yeah. Listen, Kwame Brown. Listen, Kwame Brown called it the go along, get along gang.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he always said, and he started with Stephen A. Smith because Stephen A. had this agenda going after him during his playing career, going to these colleges all over the country, and he's like,
Yep.
"Yo, what are you doing?" And then afterwards, Stephen A.
Smear campaign. Exactly.
Yeah, smear campaign, doing a smear propaganda, smear campaign all over the country, and then finally, years later, Stephen A. Smith had to apologize to him. Then then others started to come after him, and they started apologizing. But then he started putting out his own he started putting out his own content to speak out for himself, and now he's just kicking it. He's just doing
I
it,
hope
man.
this all put this in perspective of where my comments were. Like I said, I don't like being this way, but I don't like getting strays. I don't like people speculating things on my name, and I don't like that at all because my integrity is when I don't chime in on things often. I don't. And on social media or anything like that. But this was very passionate to me because this is just one step from silencing people. It's one step away from fucking with people and their livelihoods, especially. And Sean Ross Sapp should be careful on what he says because honestly, WWE could go and take him out. Look at what's going on with ESPN and that writer. Look what WWE did to that writer. That could happen to anybody else. And
Oh
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
yeah,
And by the way, Sean
yeah,
Ross Sapp, I want to make this clear. If this, I want to make this clear too because you did comment, and I could show people that he did comment on my stuff. I'm not bullshitting. Okay, I keep it 100 with you. I don't want him to take that, oh, I'm saying WWE should go after you or something like that. No, I want to make that clear. No, I'm just saying as a journalist and as an article writer, same with Dave Meltzer, same with Brian Alvarez, WWE could turn around and go, I don't like that. I don't like that. You know what I mean? So, and then they could pick their favorites. Why are they pushing Stephen A.
yes,
Smith all of a sudden out of nowhere? WWE.
yeah, WWE, yeah, because WWE's got the whole deal with ESPN, so he likes his wrestling and he wants to be part of it.
Like I
And then
said
you flash
before,
them.
like I said in my comments, they are
Go
going to
ahead.
start favoritizing for people. Watch in live action. I'm also going to say this
That's what they're
too.
doing.
I'm going to end
Hmm.
this little video here. So if you guys are watching, make sure to rate, like, and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching this. Uh, we're still going to be live going forward. So here we go. I'm just going to end this recording. Okay, boom. That's out of the way. So I can put that up later on the channel. Guys, I recorded for the first part of this show because I had to react to something. So, and you guys get it on the live side. And then on the recording side on the channel later, I'll throw this up for you guys. So, and then I'll put this up in all the comments that were written for me in on X. So, um, let's get to your comments. LeBron James will now be called the goat.
The greatest,
The
the gloat greatest loser of all time. Well, okay.
um
Matter of fact, I'm gonna let my co-host deal with it because
I just watched a big video on the Knicks and Patrick Ewing. So you should not fucking people should not be talking. Period. Patrick Ewing had many opportunities to win it and he blew it. 1994, 1995 ring a bell to a lot of Knick fans. I know people don't want to hear that as my Knick friends, and I know my co-host is a Knick fan, but and he has no rings. So I wouldn't call LeBron James the greatest loser of all time. I wouldn't say that because he has rings under his belt. If he didn't have rings and he was choking badly, then yes. And it's not his fault what happened. I'm a Lakers fan. It's not his fault. LeBron James was doing everything. We talked about this. You and I talked about this way before. We both agreed on
yes,
Aiton did not help his cause. Kennard was ice cold. Austin Reeves was coming back from an injury and did not perform up to expectations. And I think he came back way too early because he could have gotten hurt. Marcus Smart was the only
true.
one that was trying to be something with LeBron. LeBron was pulling fucking when LeBron has to pull somebody off to the side and yell them out on live TV, there is a problem. There is a problem. in Lakerland. And that's what he was doing. He was pulling Ayton to the side because Ayton's not ready for the moment. You know who was ready in the moment? And I thought maybe JJ Redick would done this is Jackson Hayes. Jackson Hayes has been ready for the moment, and you could see he was ready for the moment. But they did not believe in Jackson Hayes, and that's unfortunate. I'm not going to say LeBron James is the greatest loser of all time because there's other players like Barkley that could be on the top of that list that had many good teams and didn't like go all the way. Steve Nash, we can go that far. Um,
How about right now? How about right now, Joel Embiid?
there's another one. I will not call LeBron James a loser because he has rings. There's a difference. If you have
I
rings,
don't
I'm
call.
not going to call you a loser. Has
I,
LeBron James had many opportunities in the playoffs and choked? Yes, I agree there. Yes, but he's gone to the playoffs. Name me how many players in the NBA that have gone. And I'm not a LeBron James defender. I couldn't stand LeBron James for 2 decades. Let me make that clear. I just started liking LeBron. I did not like LeBron. I actually said it was a mistake the Lakers brought him in because he's a prima donna. I said this all along as a Lakers fan. And back in the day, if you guys followed my content, I said, look, we should go after Kawhi Leonard instead. Boy, I was wrong. I will take my L with that one because Kawhi Leonard showed you in the Clippers that he just sucks. And now I'm saying, you know what? The Lakers made a great decision at the time to get LeBron because LeBron has pretty much, yes, okay, yeah, okay, a couple of the Lakers rosters weren't that great. Okay. But I've noticed the pattern with my Lakers over the past 6 years. They've been injury prone. They can't get out of their way of being injured. And they don't, and Rob Pelinka should be fired. I am going to say that honestly. I miss the days of Mitch Kupchak because Mitch Kupchak knew how to build a balanced roster. And the Lakers just went against one of the better teams in the NBA right now. And you could thank the Clippers for that, called the OKC Thunder at this point.
yep.
Kudos to
Yep.
them. I will not be mad that I was not mad. My Lakers cut it close. They got it really close tonight. I just knew it wasn't for them. I just knew it
The
just
turn
wasn't. And I tipped my cap off.
and the turnovers that you all in. The
Yep.
turnovers. I mean, y'all had about what was it? The final result of turnovers was like about 20 turnovers.
Yes. Oh yeah. It was
Oh
the same in
yeah.
the other series.
Oh
I told you in the other series when we were going against um who was it? Uh
Houston.
Houston. I said it was Houston's to lose. LeBron's fumbling, they're fumbling. They're going to take a first round
Yeah,
exit on dropping the ball.
true. And you know what that and you know that turnover bullshit reminds me of the 2021-22 Boston Celtics
Oh, and I want to
because
say this.
every single
I said Patrick Ewing as a whole. I'm not calling him a loser. Patrick Ewing is one of the best centers to ever live. It's just a
hmm
shame. It's a shame that they couldn't put it together with Pat Riley back in the day. I just watched a
yeah, that's
big
true.
retro. I just watched a big retrospect on that, and
Hmm.
man, the Knicks back in the day had a big three, and just
Oh yeah.
unfortunately they didn't capitalize on that very well, and it was too late when
No.
they brought in. I really thought John Staley, they were going to run it back, or Stokely, they were going to run it back one more time back in the
Hmm.
late '90s. I thought before they brought in one of my favorite three-way Spreewell, Houston, and somebody else. The other big
Marcus
three that
Camby,
Marcus Camby, and I really thought the
Larry
Knicks
Johnson.
in the late '90s and early 2000s. I really like the Knicks were like I was all into it. I was into the rivalry with the Toronto Raptors and the Knicks. Always, it was like a fun series
Yep.
to watch.
Yep. And then yep. And and like what was I yeah, I was saying about with the Lakers. Lakers in the off season. You need wing defenders. 6'6", 6'7". You need
Well,
wing
we
defenders.
what's his name? I think it was JJ Redick already said that they're gonna go out and sign Kennard to a new contract. He already stated that.
But, okay, but y'all need wing defenders because
Yes, we do.
you got
I would say
because you
trade the hell out of Jared Vanderbilt, man. He ain't doing anything
you got
for you.
and your wing defenders have to be 6'7", 6'6", 6'7", like or 6'8". Like
You
you
know what
see what
sucks? We got rid of Dorian Finney Smith for nothing.
yeah,
And I liked him. I
yeah.
actually liked him, and I said, you should have kept him.
hmm Because you need those wing defenders like the Thompson brothers, our man Arsaur, OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges, the defenders on OKC, San Antonio. So
Oh,
y'all need some
and
wing.
by the way, to all these Laker like delusional fans, I'm realistic. Even having Luka Doncic wouldn't have saved us from a sweep. I think the Lakers still would
Yeah,
have gotten sweep because the Lakers, honestly, the turnovers, the LeBron James doing everything himself with Marcus Smart, you can't have two players contributing and then having support pieces doing literally nothing. And
no, no.
This has been LeBron James' problem the last 3 years. And I will say this: they build around him, and then when it comes to crunch time, he's ready to go and he wants to win, and then everybody else falls apart around him. It's
It is
always
like
been
what you
that
was
way.
and it's like what you was discussing with me in regards to the bench. They need a deep bench.
That's
They
where your
need
Knicks are
a
succeeding
bench.
right now. You want to talk about a team right now
They
that
need
really went
a
out of
f-
their way.
listen,
The Knicks did.
listen. They need a fucking bench.
Yes, they do.
Period. I don't. Period. End of discussion. Because because you can't run 7 or 8 guys now. What? Ruby Hachimura was playing 43 minutes.
Can
What?
I just say this? Do you know the Lakers should just go after Norman Powell? I said
I
that.
mean,
He's
can
a
he defend?
great Yes, he was a great defender
Okay.
with the Clippers. The Clippers dropped him for nothing. I was shocked that he was literally
Uh,
making them 30 points a game, and I was like sitting back going, and he could shoot the three and defend. I was like, what are you guys doing? And you dumped him for nothing to I think the Wizards. I think for nothing.
because you're gonna have to.
The players that the Lakers should just go get for the hell of it, and I'm going to say this is go get Magic in a bottle that you had with Kyle Kuzma. He's another one. I don't like him as much, but you can get him on the cheap and have him as a bench player on cheap because I know the
See,
Wizards are going to dump him. Or
because
no, the Bucks are going to dump
right
him
now,
probably.
because right now, what you're seeing with these teams that are playing well and advancing in the playoffs, they have their starting five plus their bench. They're playing 9 to 10, sometimes 11 deep. They're playing 11 deep, and you're saying, "Who's this guy coming off the bench? What? What? Where did he come from?" Case in point, Jared McCain. McCain was a bench player. He was a bench player. He was hardly getting minutes with OKC last season when they won the championship. This
Right.
season, he's this season he's one of the biggest contributors off the bench for them.
Well,
And they're saying, "What the? Oh, oh,
my biggest fear with
oh,
OKC, they're not going to maintain this because eventually they're going to hit that salary cap apron 1 or apron 2 coming soon.
well, yeah, and also too, you can thank the Philadelphia 76ers for trading him away because they had him,
Isn't the
and you
76ers going against the next series, right? Is that the
they we swept them.
Oh, yeah, okay. Okay.
We
Okay.
swept them. We swept them. That was
Who's the other two right now? Sorry, I'm being a little I haven't
um
really been following like
Cleveland, the Cleveland,
Cleveland.
Detroit. Cleveland just won last night, so
Mm,
that series is tied at 2-2.
Let them go as long as you can. Let them just go as long. Let them battle each other as long. The Knicks need as much rest as they can get.
Yeah, well, because well, I would say rest because of OG. But what happened? Well, for us, OG was cleared to play for Game 4, but like how we had a 3-0 series lead, they they held him back for precautionary reasons.
Yeah,
OG was ready to go.
well, you don't want him to go and into it and then re-aggravate something.
OG was ready to go. He's a gamer, but see, because
Well, it's good the Knicks did that because they didn't really need him to be honest, and also too, you don't
and
want him going out there and getting hurt like Kevin Durant did a couple years ago.
yeah, and I get that too because that game too. between us and the 76ers. It came down to the last 3 minutes. I said, and when because people, because I heard the Knicks content creators before Game Two was talking about, man, we could do this. No, Joel Embiid was a slug on the floor in Game One. That's why they got their asses blown off the floor at MSG.
I'm gonna
I
say
said for
this. I'm
Game
gonna
Two,
say this. I'm gonna say this, and I know I'm gonna take a hot take on this. Joel Embiid is kind of just overrated. Like just
he's
flat
done.
out
Yeah,
overrated.
well,
I think now if somebody gets him, if they trade him
mm-mm,
out, my
they
whole
can't
thing
get him.
is
They can't. They can't get him
I think
because
I
guess.
think I think in my opinion, and I'm gonna say this, I think another team he
Mm,
needs to come off the bench.
ooh,
I say this.
ooh, ooh,
I don't think he's a
mm,
starter anymore because what I saw in that Knicks series,
mm.
what I saw from clips, he looks like Aiton at times.
Bro, look, because here's what's happening. So he is about to start. He's about to start off that contract extension, which is 3 years, 193 million, and his first year is going to start off at 57.1 million. Then it
Well,
goes
I
to
know they can't get rid of.
60.
I know they can't get rid of him, but if I'm Philadelphia, I try to
Mm-mm,
find ways to get rid of him.
because guess what
He
you're gonna have
ain't
to
doing it
do
for you. He ain't doing it for
if
you.
you're gonna trade him. If they're gonna trade him, that's at least that's at least three first round draft picks, 2 to 3, easy, 2 to 3 first round,
So, where do
two
you think?
second.
Where do you think Giannis is gonna go? I think Giannis is out. I think he's going somewhere.
Giannis is up. Giannis is up. But see, the problem is he wants to come to New York. But what's happening is that New York flipped the switch after Game Three
I'm gonna tell you.
because
I'm gonna make this wild, and I said this once before. So you ready? You're gonna go. Why would you do this? I'm gonna say this out route. If the Knicks do not win the next series, right? Let's just keep it real. If they don't, fire Mike Brown real fast. Go pick up Steve Kerr. Bring in Giannis. There you go. You
hold
have
up.
an
Steve,
you have an awesome team there.
then guess what you're gonna have to do? Steve Kerr just signed a 2 year deal. That makes him the highest paid coach in the NBA. So now guess what you're gonna have to do? You're gonna have to do a trade, just like
Who
what they did with
uh
Jason. Just like what they did. Remember,
who
remember
did
what
Steve Kerr sign with?
he signed. He resigned with the Golden State Warriors.
Oh, he did. Okay, so he's off the
Two,
board.
he's off the board 2 year deal that makes him the highest paid coach in the NBA. So now if you
Okay,
want to get him,
okay,
guess what?
okay. So never mind. I take my comments back. Then I eat my shit. Then
Because no,
I
I'm
thought
just
he
saying
wasn't
if
signed still.
but no, but I'm saying for a scenario, if you want him, guess what? That's at least two first round draft picks. That's a
I wouldn't.
trade.
I wouldn't risk that. And
Listen,
then
listen,
when
Knicks,
it
Knicks.
okay, okay. Riddle me this: why did Golden State go back to the well with this guy? I get it. I understand it's family decisions, but wouldn't you want to start the rebuilding process and not try to resalvage what's there? Because
Well, remember,
supposedly Seth Curry is on a
hmm
limited with his knees. I guess from my understanding with his
yes,
knees, he's limited.
yeah, he's kind of well right now. He's sort of limited, and then Draymond, eh, Draymond is Draymond. So
Well,
what do you do?
My
But
thing
now,
with Drayvon, and I think Golden State's going to go that way, and I think they're going to just off him. I think that's what's going to happen there. I think they're going to keep with Curry and go the last 2 years of Curry's career. I don't think Curry's got much time left. I think with the knee problem, he's on that Steve Nash now time. Like you remember when Steve Nash had to have certain amount of time in a game, and then so they're going to count time on Seth Curry because Seth did say his knee injury, his knee stuff is not something that's going away. This is
oh
continuing.
shit,
And he
oh
said that
shit. That
that
means
certain amount of time like he's going to have to take days off. So this is going to be a new recurrent thing. So it's going to be like what happened when we got Steve Nash back in the day, Kobe Bryant. We got old man Steve Nash. We did not get
yeah,
young Steve Nash. We got old man.
yeah,
Old man
yeah.
sat on the bench when he played 25 minutes, right? He would go to the bench,
Mhm.
go lay on the ground for like 5 minutes, and then take
True.
days off because he
Listen,
couldn't play.
no, no, no. But that's what's happening. But I was saying with the 76ers Knicks series, uh, everybody saw Joel Embiid cannot defend. Listen, he
No.
was getting his ass he was getting his ass cooked on pick and rolls. Cat was
Uh,
doing pick and roll. Boom,
Towns was making
pass the
him look
ball.
bad.
Listen,
Towns was making him look bad.
listen, listen. Cat was doing pick and roll, pick and roll, pick and roll. Hit Brunson. Brunson's playing off the ball. Oh, and by the way, let's just go out of the NBA and go talk WNBA because I'm hearing Caitlin Clark fans complaining about Caitlin Clark is playing off the ball. She's playing too much off the ball. Well, damn it. You know how many times she plays on the ball?
Can I just say this? Can I just say this right now? And I'm going to say this open and honest. Be
Go
grateful
ahead.
Clayton Clark is playing right now and making so much money for the league because the last
True.
2 years she's been hurt. She hasn't
Yes.
touched the ball
And
and made billions of dollars off of commercials and shit. So, fans, shut the heck. I'm sorry. I'm going to say this. Please shut the fuck up and let her play and stop criticizing every other minute. A player that you should be taking that anger to is Angel Reese right now because Angel Reese is putting her foot in her mouth saying, I can't believe, and she got traded. Like I said,
she,
her own team did not believe in her and she got
her own
traded.
because she light a torch in that damn locker room by talking all that shit about her own teammates. So
Yes.
listen,
Yes.
she lit a torch in
I
there
have
and talked
compared
about
her.
them
You know
and
who I've compared her to, right? I've called her the female version of Kevin Durant now. I'm just waiting for the burner accounts. I went there. Yes, you've heard it first. I went there. Angel Reese is the new Kevin Durant because she acts like Kevin Durant. You ever noticed her when she's talking? And I'm like, bro, you sound like Kevin Durant, bro. Just the spitting image. I'm waiting for the burner accounts to where you start
but
talking shit about
but
your
the,
teammates.
but there's a difference. Kevin Durant does have an MVP award and he's a two-time NBA champion,
You know, that's
two-time
a
Finals
shame. You
MVP,
want to talk
NBA
about a
Finals
great you want
MVP.
to talk about a greatest loser of all time
Oh yeah,
of
yeah.
talking on
See,
the talking on the internet is Kevin
oh,
Durant.
yeah,
Man,
yeah.
like how
Thank
many
you.
burner accounts have we seen and we go, "Oh, that's fucking Kevin Durant." That's that late
Mhm.
night drinking and talking and while you're taking a shit moment. You
Yeah.
know who else does
So,
that? You know who else does that? And I'm going to go there, our president.
oh yeah,
Late night.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like,
Okay,
get
we gotta
him
get him.
off the phone. Somebody get him off his phone. I'm just saying.
No,
Get him off the
I'm
phone.
just
Somebody jump on top of him.
yeah. Okay, so
Oh, and
CC22,
by the
Caitlin Clark.
way, can I say this? My gas today, okay? Went and got
Mhm.
myself a sub after I went to somebody's appointment, right? Real talk.
Yeah.
$60 didn't even fill up my gas tank.
Huh? Oh.
Oh, but somebody said it's just gonna hurt a little bit, right?
Oh. Well. Yeah.
I said
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go political, but I'm just saying. Yeah.
No. No.
Oh,
It's true. Listen.
and by the way, you know, our transportation guy, let's just keep this real. And I want to say this. I know he's taking trips and shit, you know, reality TV and saying, oh, you all should travel. Yeah, not at $60 every time to fill up. No way.
That's 60 bucks.
Hell no.
Fool.
That is the most
60 bucks.
foolish thing I've ever heard in my life. It was like, what in
That's.
the fuck?
Yeah. Sean Duffy. Get out of here. Sean Duffy's married to a former reality TV star.
Yeah,
She
of
was part of
course.
she was part of the real world. Rachel Campos Duffy. Yeah. Okay. So that's why he takes it off. He takes it off of his wife. But
And
getting
by the
back to
way, going
Clinton.
to fast food, I'm going to say this real quick. So we went to this beautiful sub chain. I think it's a West Coast chain. Really good. They do Wagyu steak, Philly cheesesteak
Okay.
sandwiches. Really good. But I'm just like, when I used to sit down and get fast food, it used to be 25, $30. Now it's $50 to $80. What the fuck happened? Like, the fuck happened? Going to McDonald's is now like
Inflation.
becoming like McDonald's is like you might as well sell your kidneys and your organs at this point. Because I went also 2 weeks ago, I stepped into Taco Bell because
Hmm.
somebody had an appointment and it was really hot. It was like 110 here, and when it's 110, you don't really cook because it's miserable.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
You just blast the air conditioning.
That's it.
So we got Taco Bell, and I turned around and I went $40. Wait for just a taco box in and their chicken strip new menu. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you out of your mind. And no wonder why you guys are all having a panic attack about the
Bro,
idea of fast food.
okay, so for me, well, for one of my
Oh, and I want
for
to
one of
say
my
one
d
other thing to the Pussycat Dolls and all you beautiful people out there that like those bands. Stop crying about, oh, we can't fill in arenas and the ticket prices, homie. Have you guys
the
ding ding
ticket
ding gotten
prices.
smart? Gotten smart. The ticket prices are outrageous. If you go to events
Yeah.
right now, you're spending $4,000 or more just to say you
Mhm.
went to it. Like, I thought back in the day, spending close to $1,000 just to go see Pink back in the day, or who was it? Justin Timberlake. I thought back in the day with my mom's, I thought that was shit was expensive as fuck. No, no, to go to an average show now, you are spending $3,000 starting. Like, no.
3,000, yeah.
And then
Yeah,
on
especially
top of
with the
it, you want our membership, you want our family plan. And and it goes right into the same topic with WWE. So
WWE.
let's get into the meat and the potatoes of Monday Night Raw. I'm gonna
Uh,
just say
oh,
this.
no, I was saying so I was gonna finish up what I was
Go
saying.
ahead. Go
So
ahead.
we were talking about with the fast food. So I went to Popeyes on Saturday and I had ordered 4 spicy like
How
4
is your
spicy
Popeyes
chicken.
experience compared to our mine? I feel like they don't put enough meat. They give me more breading than they do meat.
Oh, they giving us some meat. Boy, I tell you, I was like, "What the hell?" I was like, "Whoa." It's like,
I'm
yo,
gonna have
one
to
of my
send you a
DJ one
picture
of
on
my
text message of like what we get here. And Popeyes,
okay.
on Popeyes, I see East Coast wise is different than West Coast. West Coast is like we
Yes,
have that thin chicken. It's like
I
terrible.
don't man, we get that thick listen, we get that thick ass chicken that goes it goes over the butt side to side.
I'm super jealous, man.
Listen,
Like, the
yo,
only place
okay,
that's
so
comparable to what you just described is down here is Raising Cane's. And when I had
yes,
Raising Cane's for the first time, I went, "Oh my god,
mhm.
this is like this just shits all over KFC." Like, I'm
Yo,
sorry, this just
yo,
shits all over
yo,
them.
nah, but see the Raising Cane's over here is the same shit, same thing too. Like Popeye, I don't do. Listen, I got a KFC that's not too far from me, so I'm like, I don't do that. I got Popeyes, Raising Cane's, and KFC not too far from me, so I don't
Well, I'm
do
gonna tell you for
KFC.
52.99, that's what they're charging for a 16 piece. I'd rather just go to the grocery store or now Walmart and just
Walmart,
get the same meal for cheaper and buy two of those meals for cheap and still save
okay,
money. I save like $20. Like, for instance, Walmart just started doing the rotisserie chicken with potatoes and white gravy, white spicy gravy, and
yeah,
what is it? And mac and cheese, right?
hmm
Basically taking a page out of KFC, and you're getting it for like $20 cheaper.
true, yeah.
And you could buy
So,
two of those. You could buy two of those for the same price. So you're saving some money. Fun fact, guys, if you guys are looking
yeah,
for a cheap meal, you could take one of those rotisserie chickens and save it for the next day.
of course. Oh yeah, no, listen, my mother used to buy it from buy the rotisserie chicken at times from BJ's, and that thing used to go for at least two. That thing went for a few days. So
I
believe
tell
me,
people all
you,
the time, ham, if you can get a good price on a ham and you can cook that, you can make so much stuff for days.
of course. So with my papa, so I had ordered on Saturday 4 spicy chicken with a
Ooh.
lemonade, yeah, premium lemonade, bottled water, and the spicy wrap. All of that came up to about $38.80. But I did it through Uber Eats. I didn't do it directly through the store.
Oh, so they get you with the what they get you with the service tax, the service
No, no,
this.
no, 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 no.
Oh my.
What it was 38.80. It was 38.80 because and I got it through my card. But when I looked at my card, my statement came around from my bank and says, "Oh, you spent 18.80 on Popeyes." I said, "Huh?" Then I had to look at my receipt from Uber Eats. It says, "Oh, you got Uber Cash. Uber Cash $20 plus your plus my order. from the card,
Yeah,
and
there
I'm like,
your
damn,
Uber Door or Uber Eats
Uber,
cat
Uber
Uber
Eats. Hmm.
is
Yeah, because I
is
had Uber.
covering your cash is covering the all the fees. So just imagine you didn't have that. That shit would have been expensive. That's an expensive
Yeah,
pay.
yeah. No, no, because and my boy and my friend asked me, so why you didn't order it directly from the store? If I would order it directly from the store, it would have been this. It would have been $38 off my card. But because I had Uber Eats, and due to the fact that I use Uber to get around, and with the discounts and all that, and they add it up, they it all it goes into that. So at any time I want to order something via Uber Eats, it would just use the Uber Cash plus the order from my card. So I used that. I was like, damn, $18. I was like, wait, I just saved $20 off my card.
Hey, and by the way, I know some of you guys are gonna probably rejoice tonight that we're back together doing this stuff. Just to let you guys know, I had some shit that went down. Like I said, with my mom's, I had to go take care of it. Really the only person who knew was this guy right here and like maybe one other person. I'm very introverted. I don't like sharing my personal life out in the open. I just don't. I'm getting better with it. I think a lot of you have reached out to me and go, oh, man, I wish I would have. The problem is I just don't want the whole hurrah hurrah positivity shit. I'm a realist,
Yeah, I know.
and I'd rather have somebody be real with me than fucking um, but I appreciated Smooth for the words, and I appreciated the other person for it too. It wasn't like I'm being mean or anything like that. I appreciate people. I just don't need people turning around, and this is why I don't share online. I don't trauma dump in discords, is because
No, 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 no.
I don't need somebody going, oh, everything's gonna be okay. Give me the whole speech, like everything's gonna be okay.
No,
Like no, I don't need that. I just need you
no,
to be my
no,
friend. Just be
no.
my friend.
Yeah, just
Just
of
be my
course.
fucking friend. You just be real with me. Just be my friend. Just be there for me. I don't need you to give me a rah rah speech. Just hey, look if you know, just say hey, look, I'm here if you need to talk, vent. That's all I'm asking for. I'm not asking for oh woo's me. I need to give you a hug. No, 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 no.
No, 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 no,
Don't
no.
ever do that with me. You'll find out real
No,
quick.
no, no.
I will yell you out for doing it. I don't need you to hug me. Just be my
No.
friend.
Oh no.
Take me to a bar. Let's have a drink. That's what I want. I don't want. I do not
No.
want. If you ever meet
I'm
me and I
just
go through some shit, just take me to a fast food joint or let's go somewhere. Like I'd rather have a friend just go out to eat and just take my mind off of the world for a second and
I'm the
just
sa
go ahead.
I'm the same way here too. I'm the same thing here because
I just don't want to hear. I don't want to hear. Oh well,
Mm.
you know. No, I do. I do not. Do not hug me. Do not. Just take me somewhere to where we could just be friends for a minute. I just want to go away
Yes,
from everything for 10 minutes.
of
You
course.
know.
And listen, like I said, privately, I was just definitely keeping it, keeping it real with you 100% because that's what you, that's what you needed.
Yeah, and like somebody in this house was saying, like it's gonna be what it is, and it'll be a nothing
Hmm.
burger until it's something. And me, I don't deal well with things, and like I said, I did some therapy stuff. So when I tell
No.
people, it's
Hmm.
like I said this earlier today in my earlier stream. I like playing with people. I'm a respectable person. I don't like to go into, if like especially people are in gaming lobbies, I don't like to go and interrupt them in discords. I've never been that person. I don't like jumping into a party that I'm not welcomed or you've already
No.
established. But I'm getting better with that, and I heard from a few of you that, oh yeah, I should. You're right. I'm just introverted. I just don't like, I don't like crowds. So that's just me. But I'm getting
Of
better with
course,
it.
especially when it comes to private matters that deals with yourself and yourself and your family. So sometimes you tell a few trusted folks, but everybody else just tell them that you're all right, and we will get back into things
One
once
of the
everything
valuable
clears up.
listeners today, Metro, that I'm reconnecting with because we had our falling out years ago.
Okay, okay.
He messaged me today, and he was like, "You should go get yours. You should get some receipts. You should go and get it." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm with you." About the wrestling stuff, the shit I was going through this morning.
Hmm.
Look, I just said,
Oh
look,
yeah,
I didn't expect the traction that I was gonna get, and I got the traction, and I got the sauce that I was looking for, and guess what? I'm cool with it. This makes my channel blow up. It makes this podcast or my stream a little bit more cool. I'm cool with it. But I just did not want to take the whole shitting on my on like disorders or saying low the common denominators and
or low hanging fruit. No,
yeah,
mm-mm,
that's that shit that I just don't take kindly to. Like I just
no,
don't. Like everybody has a right. We're one love. As I said before, we can all see things differently in the world. I'm just gonna say this. The racialment in this country has been unreal. And I'm gonna say that out loud. I just find that shit to be unreal. As a person, I
yeah,
never thought in my lifetime that I would be saying we're going backwards. We are going backwards.
yeah.
That
It's like,
is
and right now too, right now too going on in this country. You got, especially with the anti-Muslim hate.
that
I
too.
mean,
Like
silly.
what like and then now we want to go after and I don't I'm not I don't care, but I don't understand why we have to go after we've already attacked them enough. We don't need to do this anymore. Why are we going after Native Americans now? It's like, what are we
That's true.
doing?
That
What
them
are we
too. Them
doing?
too. Because they were here before us.
Like this
They're
is
the
not
originators.
saving. This is not and I'm going to say this politically, this is not saving the orange man, period. This is
It's not.
all just going to backfire in his face because you can't keep going after the low common denominator fruit on the totem pole. You keep doing it, you're going to find out real quick people are not going to put up with it anymore. And it's already
No, and
happening in
then
lifetime.
it's it's already happening where a lot of he's get he's getting ratioed along with his supporters that are doing content on social media and online. They're getting their asses ratioed every single time they say
Well, of
something.
course,
I said,
because they're saying a bunch like let's just keep it real. Like they're saying a bunch of unfactual shit. Like where are you pulling this from? And then when you there was the guy I was like today I was catching up on some news because in the morning, if I'm streaming in the morning, I don't watch like I try to watch a little bit of what's going on in the world here a little bit. I don't try to
hmm
sit and go deep deep deep. But they had that guy um the white guy that with the gray that's always constantly defending what our president's doing, and I just rolled my eyes and I just went, what are you on about,
which
dude?
what channel was that on? Like CNN or
cnn
Fox?
cnn and I'm just like, oh god. Oh
Yeah, yeah,
god.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
try to get
Mm,
okay, so what I tell people what I do in the morning, my routine is this: I get up in the morning, I stream. If I miss out on the local, like somebody watches the View slash Good Morning America. Old people do that.
yeah.
And
hmm hmm
I have no squorms with that. Like I watch The View. I like some of it. I like Whoopi Goldberg. I'm a big Whoopi Goldberg fan. You judge me all you guys want. I grew up with Whoopi Goldberg. Leave me alone. She made one of the best basketball movies ever made, called Eddie. Okay, judge me now. Okay.
Of course, as we know. Yeah, listen, Whoopi, I grew up with her as well, so you already, yeah, so
Sister
yeah, of
Act,
course.
you name it. So like
It's
I have like
mhm.
anything Whoopi Goldberg says is like sometimes I roll my eyes. It's like Roseanne Barr. I just like roll my eyes because Roseanne Barr. I grew up with her, like right Whoopi, and also Rosie O'Donnell. So it's like
Okay,
I just roll my
mhm.
eye. Like guys, like if you grew up in my era, racism and shit like that and everything was like it's nothing to me because I'm used to it. It's like
No,
I feel sorry for the generations right now because like these generations cannot handle, and I'm like, I wish you would have lived in the '90s, early '90s, late '90s, and saw the riots and the
ooh,
shit like that.
ooh,
You wouldn't have lasted a day.
mm-mm,
Good
mm-mm,
luck.
mm-mm.
Good luck
Listen,
to all of y'all with that one.
man, listen. We had about listen before the Trump surrogate Giuliani got in as mayor. We had 3 riots in a 4-year span.
We had the biggest riot out here with Rodney King.
Mm. Oh yeah, Rodney King, and then 92.
Yep.
92 LA,
And I
LA
wasn't even,
riots.
and by the way, I wasn't even born for this shit. So how I know this because when you grow up in California, you get indoctrinated with this shit. You get told because it's history. You get told the major things that happens in this state as you grow up. You
hmm
get told Rodney King. You get told the Watch riots. You get
The
told
Watch
about
riots,
those.
LA. Mhm.
And then you also get told about L.J. Simpson right off the rip.
Oh yeah,
That's
OJ
another one.
Simpson '94,
Yep,
and that
that is a
and
big
that was
thing.
three things going on in the same in SoCal in the early '90s in a 3 year span.
Actually, fun fact on that. Actually, real fun fact. If you want to go there, they cut the Knicks
Hmm.
and the Indiana Pacer game to cut
No, it
into
was no, no, no,
OG.
no. It wasn't the Knicks Pacers because we had already beat the Pacers in the Eastern Conference Finals. It was game three. No, it was game 3 or 4 of the NBA Finals between the Rockets and Knicks. Because I remember I was about eight. I was about eight. I was 8 years old at the time. This was June 1984, and I remember watching the Knicks and the Rockets play because it was the evening game at the Garden on NBC. And all of a sudden, we see the damn TV go small. I remember this shit. I was like, Dad, like, mother, that motherfucker, what the hell's going on here? She said that OJ, and then it was like OJ Simpson, like, huh? You disturb my damn watching of the Knicks for this? But then all of a sudden, it was like, oh, he went to the airport, got to the house, did something, and then all of a sudden they're chasing him. And then when you found out what it was, and they said, "Oh, my mother told
By the
me."
way, I
She's
know we're
like,
going off the rails a little bit, but I'm having fun with this conversation. So keep in mind, we do go
"Yes,
off the rails a little bit on the show.
of course."
You know, it's interesting. I watched a retrospect, and I'm going to say this: I watched a retrospect on
Hmm.
TGIF and also Friday Night Block. If you guys don't remember that as a kid in the '90s, I
Oh
know
yeah.
Smooth's older than
Hmm.
me. He's an '80s kid. I'm a '90s kid. So
I
um,
remember that.
I remember when we had oh man, Family Matters was everything. Oh my
Oh
goodness,
yes.
Family Matters and the show before
Oh.
that with what's his name that played Satchel in
Hmm.
Axel in Beverly Hills Cop.
You mean Eddie Murphy? Not Eddie Murphy.
His name was Paul Perez, I think it was.
Paul Breslin. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I remember those shows, man.
He played in the show before Family Matters came on.
Remember-
Um
Listen, that Friday night block with Family Matters and all those shows that used to come on, they used to come on ABC, and all of a sudden it was just like, what,
CBS
man? Those
bought the
shows were
rights because ABC was going to can Family Matters, and CBS decided to. For a minute there, they had a pretty good block. They recaptured what it was, and then
they captured what it was.
you could tell Urkel was just there to be there at the end. He's even admitted it himself. Like it wasn't fun anymore. It started
It wasn't.
becoming not fun. And you know,
No,
I didn't understand why CBS did not give Family Matters a send off that they should have. They didn't.
no, they
They just
didn't.
closed the show, and that was that.
Yeah, that was it. That was it. I remember that. Listen, and if it was the '80s, you knew it was the Cosby Show. Man, the Cosby Show was it. It was like, who? It's like Bill Cosby that was just this strong man, a
Well, Bill
doctor, and
Cosby
then
was
his wife.
everything in the '80s. He was '80s royalty next to LeVar Burton.
Oh
If you
yeah,
really want to
LeVar
go
Burton
there.
too. Yeah, of course. And then he
And then
had his
Lamar Burton
had
took off in the early '90s. I loved reading Rainbow. People, you know what?
Reading Rainbow.
People make fun of me. I'm like, reading Rainbow was everything to me. Like as a
Hmm.
kid, LeVar Burton was the guy. Like you could say, oh, it wasn't. I learned something as a kid. Like we watched School Rock, you know that, and then I got replays of Mister Rogers in the Neighborhood. So like, and then I experienced Eddie Murphy making fun of Mister Rogers in his neighbor's house. And then my mom
Oh
showed me
yes.
old school Eddie Murphy, and I'm like, damn, Eddie Murphy was a freaking savage.
Oh
Jesus.
yeah. Listen, Eddie Murphy learned it from one of the greatest comedians of all, two of the greatest comedians of all time, Richard Pryor and Paul Mooney.
Hey, when he on live camera said the derogatory words that he did, I went, "Oh damn! All right, they're allowing
This
this on SNL. Oh
bro,
damn! All right."
bro, bro, who do you feel as though he learned the derogatory words from? Paul Mooney. Paul,
Well,
you listen.
Richard
You ever?
Pryor was and Red Fox. If you go there, Red
I
Fox.
know.
I saw Red Fox. Like
No,
people don't realize.
and listen, listen. It was Richard Pryor, Red Fox, Flip Wilson. David Banks, Paul Mooney, uh,
I saw Red Fox
uh,
in the show before he died, like back in the late '90s, like mid '90s, early '90s, before he had his massive heart attack.
mhm,
And man,
uh,
there was no fucks given, no fucks at
no,
all when
no,
it came
no,
to him.
no, no,
He
no,
told you
no,
the way it
mm-mm.
was. He told you the way it was on stage. Like he would point at somebody and then he'd go, brr, 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 and I'm like, oh damn, all right, okay.
Paul Mooney was the only one out of all of them that out of all of those comedians that used to roll around the shows and drive in the limos and do all that shit. He was the only one that wasn't even snorting the cocaine. He told a story. He said, "Yo, all those guys, Richard Pryor, Flip Wilson, uh, Red Fox, they
By
used
the
to
way,
be in the
guys, if
back
you
of the
think, yeah, I know you guys are gonna go there. I'm very cultured on things, but my uncle, because I was in Little Santa Ana, I grew up with Sanford and Son as a kid. So, I grew up with Sanford and Son, Andy Griffin Show, Golden Girls,
Golden
like
Girls.
I Family Matters. What was the one with? Oh my God, Trading Spaces. That was another one.
Transmission,
Three's Company. What was the other one
Three's
with
Company.
Gary Coleman? Oh my gosh.
Uh, not what's happening.
I grew up with Gary Coleman a lot. He was the shorty that I went, man, anything's possible. Like
You had
he
what's
blew my
happening, and then
mind.
you had what's happening. Hanging,
Yep.
hanging, Mr. Webster.
One show that I really loved as a kid, and I wish they would bring it back, and I think it would be fun to watch again, would be In Living Color. That
Oh, oh,
blew my mind.
oh,
Blew
oh
my
man.
mind as a kid, bro. Like seeing the
Oh yes.
dancers and Damon Wayans,
Mm,
the whole Hollywood thing when they go, I hated
mm,
it. As a kid, it was just like in
mm,
my mind.
mm, mm,
And
mm,
that's
mm,
what,
mm.
and then South Drinking and Juice just came out right behind it. And I just like, whoa, this shit's great.
If you knew, listen, boy, I tell you, Living Color, boy, sh- shit. Listen, the neighborhoods here used to just be like, man, they making it out. The people say, oh, they made. They said, oh, we used to see this person walking down the block. Yeah, we used to see this person. Listen, the Wayne's family grew up in Brooklyn.
Yep. They knew the
They
temperature in the room. They knew what to do. They
and they
still
knew
do.
the coach, and they knew the culture because you had J Lo from the Bronx that was up in there. You had Jim Carrey. You had all Jamie Foxx.
Yeah,
Jamie Foxx on
they
Home of the
brought up,
Club.
give them credit. They brought up some talent that are still
Yeah, they
going to
did,
this
man.
day. What was another one? They had a few that are still on TV to this day.
Yeah, J Lo and
Crazy.
Jamie Foxx. Keenan Ivory Wayans is still around doing his directing. Damian Wayne's still around. So yeah, of
Man, I
course. And
remember
then
when Kimi Ivy Wayans
oh,
are
oh,
sorry,
and don't forget
he
the
launched a
sister.
career for Keenan Michael. If you go there, all that and all that,
Yes, she
you think
did.
about it,
Oh
he
yeah.
launched the careers for those people real quick.
Oh yes.
Open the
hmm
doors.
And then oh yeah, and they can't you can't forget about their sister, Kim Waynes. Kim Waynes is a nut.
Hey, I will
Matter
say
of fact,
this. My favorite movie. I'll get you on. I'll put my foot so far up your ass you'll be like, "Why don't rise?" Major Pain.
oh
Major Pain is
oh
great.
yes. Boy, listen. Boy, I tell you,
Oh,
the movies,
and
the
I went,
shit.
"Oh shit."
Yeah,
Hey,
Major Payne. I
I go
remember that
back.
movie.
I like I said to people, I go back with my movies like Half Baked. I can just go on for days. Now
Oh yes.
I'm not the biggest fan of Dave Chappelle in the world, just because I think he's a little whack job at times, but I enjoy a lot of the content he's put out.
Yeah, Dave Chappelle to me, I dig them because of the fact that he could do the whacked out and can still be a little bit, it still could be a little bit courageous about it. I mean, think about it. You are about, you are
I'm gonna tell
rising
you
off of
guys,
the
we're
show.
not reviewing Raw. We're talking about other things because I'm gonna be honest with you. Tonight's Raw was kind of not the greatest. I'm gonna be honest with
No,
you. I'm gonna be
no,
real.
it
Like
was,
I'm gonna be
it was
honest,
very
and I told
bland.
this gentleman
Yeah,
here, I may just stop watching WWE altogether. I'm kind of getting sick, and I'm gonna be honest. I'm getting sick and tired of the nickel and the diming, the shit content, and boring. It's starting to become
And the
boring,
pay cuts.
and the pay
And the pay
cuts with
cuts.
wrestlers, and then watching Asuka like, is she semi-retired, retired? What is it? And why are we cutting all
Well,
these wrestlers? If that's the case, then we really need to
what I
start
found
like cutting all the 40-year-olds
well,
out.
what I found out from that, because I kind of went a little bit deeper, they said she is semi-retired due to the fact that she had family issues back home in Japan to handle, and they want to give her enough time to do so, and that's why they put her on the whole semi-retired status.
Wouldn't be surprised if she got released. I'm starting to come to
Oh,
this belief that she
and
gets released.
by the way, folks, if you was watching wrestling over the weekend, Bailey made her triple A debut with Catalina and Lola Vice,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
which mean
Okay.
which means that's a demotion.
Yeah. 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 I wouldn't be
And you
surprised if
know what?
Bailey. I wouldn't be surprised if Bailey didn't show up on NXT and wrestle with somebody.
No, and you won't, and I wouldn't be surprised now because from what we're getting, what we're both getting, there's new rounds of cuts coming through soon
Oh yeah, for
at some
sure.
point.
WWE's on a
And
bloodbath spree right now.
right now, one of those names they already kind of hinted it out, but one of those names is LA Knight.
Of course, he should get released. I'm all for it. I said he should get released. I'm for it. He'd do better
Yeah,
off
LA
going
Knight.
back to. He would do better off to me going to AEW as Eli Drake and doing the whole dummy gimmick that he used to do in Impact.
Yeah, yeah,
It would be better
yeah.
off. And you know who he could pair with that? If you wanted to do a little bit of what they're doing with the Miz and Danhausen, they could put the Blackheart with him. Just picture that. You put Leo Rush with him. Oh, that shit would be fire.
Yeah.
That shit would be wild to see because
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Leo Rush is one of my favorite right now. I remember when he
Yes.
did the Blackheart
Yeah.
in New Japan, and now the stuff that he's doing here, I die every time I see him. I'm just like, dude, I'm gonna buy your merch. I'm gonna support you in this idea. You are funny, and then you could turn it around and be a normal human being, and then just flip on a
Of
dime,
course.
and your eyes are bleeding black. And I'm like, holy
Mhm.
shit. That's what I'm gonna say. This is what Aleister Black should have been doing. Just saying, Aleister. The reason you're not getting signed.
Oh, oh, and oh, not to interrupt you, but the reason why Alistair Black got cut, they kind of got to the reason why Alistair Black got cut is because TKO is moving on dark, dark,
Yeah,
from like
they're
the
going family
dark
friendly. Of
wrestling.
course they are.
So,
They're going
so
family
that me,
friendly.
so that means Damian Priest is on his way out.
No, he's a top star there. So my opinion is that what they'll do with him is
Damian
they'll
Damian
turn
Priest is a
him
bit dark.
into
Turn him.
they'll turn him into something else. You watch. He makes too much money with
eh,
them, and he's a fan favorite. Like it's like mommy, right? Rhea Ripley. You
She's
get
she's. Hmm.
if you're going that way, the
No, go
goth
ahead.
thing, right? The gothic thing. If you're
Yeah.
going that far, then to me, you're going family friendly. I don't think WWE. I think what WWE was going for, and I'm not defending them here, but I kind of disagree with you on that from the articles because that was reportedly. My thing on that is, and that's coming from Dementia Meltzer to begin with. That report that was given was
Okay.
from Dementia Meltzer, and yes, I call Dave Meltzer Dementia Meltzer all the time. Why? Because his
Okay.
reporting is like Stephen A. Smith reporting. It's like you don't know what to believe. Is that really real? Were you in the like? It just seems like who's your source and why are you speaking this way? Like Dave Meltzer's been hitting flyouts for a while. So I don't take anything that Dave Meltzer says serious. The people I do take serious is like a Sean Ross Sapp. I would say PWI, Brian Johnson, things like that. Like I'll take
Yeah, Brian
serious.
Johnson. Or
Now
sometimes,
Brian
what is it?
Alvarez, sometimes Brian Alvarez, I'll go, okay, I'm with you. Okay, I agree with you. One
Or
person I
Wrestle
will
Talk.
take, Wrestle Talk, yes. What Culture, yes. And I will also say Jim Cornette to an extent.
Jim Cornette.
I will give him
Oh
that.
yes.
I used to hate on Jim Cornette because but now lately
Mhm.
with his standpoints on things in the world and the way he's been talking, I'm like, I think you're a crazy old man, but you know what? I kind of agree with you.
Of
I
course.
agree with you with the wrestling byproduct. And another person I agree with that I never thought I would agree with, and I wish they would get back together because they both kind of have the same standpoint, is Vince Russo. Like, straight out the box. Like, Vince Russo, I've been agreeing. Everything he's been saying about WWE has not
Oh
been
yeah.
wrong.
Oh yeah. Look, like I was listening to the Culture Bro live stream from last week in regards to the whole TKO restructuring deals, and he's saying it's like you're an independent contractor, and the corporation comes to you. You're you're making X amount of money, whatever it is. So the
Well, it's like
corporation comes to you.
it's like the New York Yankees. It would be like Aaron Judge going, "You're gonna take a 50% pay cut, and you're gonna deal with it, brother." That's how
Eh,
this is gonna go.
you're paying for the Yankees, New York. That ain't happening.
Well,
Excuse me.
you get my
Just say,
point. That was my
just say for
example. My
yeah.
example is like
I
the
know.
Knicks going up to Jalen Brunson and
Yeah.
going, "Hey, you're gonna take a 2 million pay cut. You gonna feel okay about that? You good with that?"
I well, we'll see. You see, Jalen Brunson is he's more of a humble guy. Cause okay,
I don't
if
think
you're
he
gonna
would
sign
take a
Jalen
pay. I don't
Brunson,
think he would take a $2 million pay cut like that. He wouldn't go, "Oh, I
no,
need to take 2 million out of my banking account." You're out of your mind.
no. But
That's
see,
what
with Jalen
WWE
Brunson,
is doing in live time, and to me, it's diminishing their product.
mhm,
I'm gonna
it's
tell you,
domestic product.
I'm gonna further what you said. So here's who I think is getting
Go ahead,
released in the next round. If we're going there, LA Knight, Shinsuke
Bailey.
Nakamura,
Should say
Bailey,
yes.
Asuka. I think that's your four right there. I think Asuka wasn't willing to take a pay cut. They could say
No,
semi-retired. They could say all this different shit. Asuka's not that old. She's 39 years old. Come on now. She can go
no,
step.
she's 39.
She's 39. She can walk into any locker room today, and I guarantee TK would pay her a butt fuck ton of money just on
Shinsuke,
talent alone.
and that's why you don't see Shinsuke much on TV because he's not willing to take a pay cut.
No,
And Bailey,
The reason why Shinsuke, they released him last year. They released him. They flat out released him, and they were going to allow him to do. He was under a 90-day, and then they re-brought him back because he asked WWE during that 90-day compete clause if he could have special permission to go do Tamahashi's last match.
and they said
And
no.
no, they were gonna do it, and then they went halfway into this idea of doing it, and Triple H pulled out because they didn't like the fact that Shinsuke was gonna put over Tamahashi and do the right thing, and no, they wanted him to go over Tamahashi, and New Japan wasn't having any of it, so they couldn't get on same page between each other in a
So
in
wait,
a room.
New Japan wanted who to go? New Japan wanted Shinsuke over Tanahashi, of course.
Yeah, because they wanted it to be kind of like that. They were pushing for Shinsuke because Shinsuke's contract was up. If you think about it, Shinsuke's contract was up. Who do they would want to win that and try to sign Shinsuke Nakamura back?
Shinsuke
You
Nakamura, true,
Shinsuke
and that's
hasn't
what.
done it. Shinsuke hasn't done anything until recently, and I just again I think WWE has done Shinsuke a disservice. He's gone down in stock value.
Yes,
I don't think he's gonna get a bag full of money from another organization. I just don't see it. I do see AEW going after him, but my fear and this is what I've said about Okada. My whole problem with Okada is AEW's booked him kind of awful, like so far awful. They've put belts on him and gave him basically a Roman Reigns kind of esque, where he only shows up every like 4 months. And it's like, that's not what I want to see from a guy that was tearing it up in New Japan and being their top guy that was supposed to replace Tamahashi, to be honest with you,
hmm
originally. So to me, tonight, I'm just going to be honest with you with Monday Night Raw. I did not care. Like, I did not care
No.
for Paige and Bailey and the answering the Judgment Day. I thought that shit was stupid. And then you're going to the low bottom. You're trying to find things in the on the bottom hanging fruit shit, and then you're trying to spin it. And like Brie Bella, don't quit your day job because you suck. Like you like insulted my intelligence. I'm like, oh, so you're gonna go after your mom? I'm like, what are we 12? What are we 4? Come on, we gotta do better than that. If you're gonna go hard on personal shit. If you're gonna push that narrative, push the like. I don't understand. WWE goes 10 feet forward and then 10 feet back. If you're gonna go and you're gonna start
Mhm.
cutting those kind of AEW esque real life promos, then you need to start doing that. Like WWE can't have
Listen,
like this whole thing.
I'm gonna always say the promo session that had everybody on the top of their toes was back in 2021, leading into AEW Dynamite Grand Slam at that stadium, and that was for the AEW Women's Championship between the challenger Ruby Soho and the no the challenger Ruby Soho and the champion Dr. Britt Baker DMD. Man, and,
That was when Britt Baker was
and
really. That was when Britt Baker was really hot,
bro, that was when the
piping
pro
hot.
that
Like
was
anything she did was great.
and that was when they had the promo on
Didn't she
Rampage.
have Revel? Didn't she have Rebel paired up with her too
Yes,
at that time?
that at the time, yes, at the time before Rebel had got real sick. So she, her and Ruby Soho did this promo. It was back and forth because from what I got, they knew each other for a long time, so they could have just threw personal bombs. So and that was and that was on Rampage from the
I want to
Convention
I want to
Center.
say one other thing here. So I also watched the Uma Femi stuff. Can I just be honest with everybody here? And I'm going to say this is part of the reason why I'm going to stop watching WWE as far as I'm concerned coming soon if they continue this kind of insulting my intelligence. You have Uma
Hmm.
Femi sitting here. This guy should be in the John Cena Classic because you guys are copying obviously the Owen Hart. Give me a fucking break. You are
That's
copying
what they're
that
doing.
verbatim, and then you're gonna give the guy a belt so he could defend it. You're gonna make it a little different than AEW because you're trying to. You guys are WWE. Let's get real. You guys are trying to throw things at a dartboard and trying to make it stick. You are copying your competition instead of innovating. You are running out of ideas, and I'm telling you, you are watching your competition. When I see John Cena coming out and going, "We're doing this. Welcome to the tournament that's going to happen every year." That's just like fucking the Owen Hart. And again,
Oh,
are
at
you
least the
guys
Owen
gonna
Hart Foundation,
are you guys gonna
at
push this
least
belt?
at least the Owen Hart Foundation tournament has a legitimacy to where the winner of it gets a shot at the respective world titles.
They're gonna copy that. What they're gonna do is they're gonna copy, or they're gonna do the other way around. They're gonna do
Please.
where I like to say they'll probably do, oh, this is just gonna be another belt, and they're just gonna defend it. That's how this is gonna go.
And, and by the way, folks, if you didn't know, uh, main event Saturday night's main event is May 23rd, and guess where it's going to be at? Madison Square Garden, New York City, the same weekend as AEW Double or Nothing in Queens. Think
You know WWE is very petty. You know this right at this point.
so
We're getting to it.
you, but see, they probably would have done it in Philly, but they said, "Oh, let's do Saturday night's main event inside the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden, the day before
Can
Double or
we just have
Nothing."
a moment of I'm getting tired of WWE renting that arena like they have free range. Can like MSG just finally just allow AEW or somebody they did for a minute there and it's like, bro, AEW has
No,
the
they didn't. No,
audience.
I don't think so. No,
They let
AEW has not
They
been
let
in
Ring of Honor New Japan do their thing.
Ring of Honor New Japan, yes, but not AEW, because you know.
I would love to see AEW
Listen,
run that arena. I think they would do
listen.
great numbers.
If you knew AEW was about to run a show inside Madison Square Garden like that, WWE would be embarrassed.
Oh,
Just think about it.
no doubt, they can't sell
Hey,
tickets right now, and the reason why WWE is doing everything they can, like I'll go back to what I said about the reaction stuff. So let's go there real
mhm,
quick. The reason they're
go ahead.
controlling the narrative the way they are is what they're doing is they're kind of doing what cable companies are doing right now. Cable companies like Spectrum are trying to save face. They're losing customers. So what they're doing is they're doing everything in their power to silence the negativity. They're doing everything in their power to go out of their way to silence the negative critics. That's what WWE is doing. They're doing it in live time. What they're doing is they're only funneling in positivity. They don't want
Yeah,
the negativity. They don't want the
because
smoke.
listen, because listen, Spectrum is uh, let's see, Spectrum is service in the West Coast. The East Coast is different from the West Coast. Spectrum here is a bit, mm, it's not spotty, but it's good. But
Well,
then
my point is
it's
look at these
mhm,
companies that are grad like look at for instance the NFL, right? For
the
instance,
NFL.
the NFL's been getting grief lately on something. Oh no, the MLB's been getting grief on collecting and bargaining agreements and how players and then my thing is these organizations don't want negativity. WWE is showing you in live time that they don't give a shit about you or I. They want their favorites and they want to funnel this positivity. Oh, everything's great. Ticket sales are great. So they're putting people in front and they're getting rid of the people that are actually criticizing, that actually have a realist brain set, that actually are not mindless and
Oh
spineless, that
yeah,
will actually tell you.
oh
That's what's
yeah.
happening.
Listen, yeah, yeah. That's what's going on. Listen, just like what they did with the ESPN writer with the ESPN writer
Well,
Mr.
WWE
Andrade.
took it a step further with that, right? They took it a step further. ESPN cannot do any reviews of WWE byproduct. See,
They
they
can't do
went a
no
step
review.
further.
Stupid.
Yeah, it's stupid. It's
What
like to me.
what
Here's
a
my thing:
what
good,
a stu-
bad, or indifferent reviews. It's cash money anyway. It still
yeah.
gets people to come watch the product, good, bad, or indifferent. Like, at the end of the day, I think, I think WWE's too much into the weeds right now. I think they're trying to save their reputation because they're bleeding in the red right now. I think fans are turning, especially when you hear, we're going to segue into this one. Danhausen, I think, and I'm going to say this, I agree with Coachman on this. I think I'm Danhausen fatigued. And now with the AI slop that WWE's putting out there, Chat GPT edition of Danhausen shirts and things like that, it just shows that they don't have any faith in him, and it shows that they're just milking the udders of him. I,
We told you
it's so
listen,
sad to see.
remember we said this first. Remember, we said it here first
Yes, we
about
did.
Danhausen and the whole situation. So chicken as they say, the chickens come home to roost.
I knew WWE did not have faith in Dan. They brought Danhausen in as a sideshow. That's what they did. They
Yeah.
need somebody to
Basically,
replace. I'm going to say this, and I don't mean to
uh,
be. I don't mean to be racist at all. And I'm going to say this, and I'm probably going to get flack. They're replacing the token R Truth. If you know
that's what
what
it
I
is.
mean. If you know where I'm
Yeah.
coming from, that's not racist. That's just me being honest.
No.
They are
No, no,
replacing
no.
the dancing circus act, and they're replacing it. It's and W. You don't think WWE is not racist? They're very racist. If you want to go there, they're just putting
The over
instead of a
it,
black guy, they're putting a white guy in front of you.
it's an overtone. It's a racial overtone that's being shown to the people. Yeah.
And
I
our
mean,
truth
that's
was a fucking pawn. Let me be real with you. Our truth was a fucking pawn. It's all racist if you go there. And I don't speak this way often, but it was very racist what they did with our truth. Like just
yeah.
flat out. I saw it coming. And I went, wow, this company is truly racist. Oh, they didn't do this because of the fans. They did it because they need their token guy out on the fucking centerpiece. It's like that scene when Vince McMahon said, "What's up, my blah blah blah," in front of John Cena. That's the damn truth. That's
Yeah.
me as a person going, "Yeah, that's the truth." That's
This
why
is
they
what
brought our truth back.
and this is what MVP was talking about in his interview with a magazine.
Oh yeah, not
He was
wrong.
talking all about the
Oh, and
He's talking all.
he also stated it was funny. He was getting some Mad Dog 2020s. He was in the liquor store the other he was filming. And he was talking
Hmm.
about, "You like that Danhausen, right?" And he
Who
smiled.
that? MVP?
MVP. Yeah, yeah, yeah. MVP smiled.
Oh,
And I knew where he was going with it. I knew what he was shitting on him cuz it's the truth.
it's the truth.
MVP, he says it like it is. He goes, "How do you like that Danhausen? How do you feel now?" And I went, "Damn, all right, all right. I feel
Yeah,
you, MVP."
he's been listen. He's been telling y'all that shit for years about what's going on with WWE and their agenda.
Well,
And everybody said, "Oh,
you can also tell that Danhausen's just there to be there as a circus act.
that's what
And
it is." Listen, it's a circus act. And like, okay, you bring him out for WrestleMania, you do this type of shit. Then you bring him out for Backlash with his partner, and they okay,
I'm gonna
okay,
tell you guys this: when
whatever.
his contract expires, because he just signed an extension, when Mustafa Ali goes back to WWE, I'm gonna say the same shit. Get
Wait, wait,
ready.
wait. He signed an extension with TNA.
He did. That's why he's getting pushed to the heavens. But when his contract expires, I guarantee he goes back to WWE. They're just gonna do the same thing with him.
Fuck out of here like that. No, he shouldn't even be. If
I
it's
agree with you,
anything,
but that's what they're gonna do with him.
yeah, and
Because W, and I'm gonna say, and you're gonna say, well, you're calling WWE racist? Yeah, I am. They've been racist. What do you want about? They have
they
been.
got called, they got called out, they got called out for it, and for it, it was a while that I wasn't even watching
And
WWE.
also the
Until,
biggest person right now that I'm actually agreeing with that actually has been calling out the TKO product and actually getting like flamed for it is Kevin Nash. And I actually agree everything he's been saying because it's actually the truth.
yo,
It's insulting
yo,
the intelligence.
yes, listen, not only Kevin Nash been calling out TKO, but did you see you see
Eric Bischoff
the
said the
ever
same thing. Eric Bischoff
no, but no,
said
but
out of touch. That's what he
so
basically said the
so
other
so let's
today.
so let's go put so let's take it a little bit political. You see him talk about the whole war with Iran.
Yes, I did.
Yo, his co-host is like, oh, Kevin Nash is like, stop.
He shit on everything.
Wait.
Did you expect anything less from Kevin Nash? Kevin Nash says
No,
it like it is sometimes, and I'm like,
no,
okay, all right.
no. So the co-host is like, Kevin Nash says, be real. What do you see? It's right there in front of you, asshole. Hey, what the fuck you talking about? You know, shit. Well, you got this
I
damn
didn't
thing
know,
going on.
like, to be honest with you, I didn't realize, like, Kevin Nash, I didn't realize was that it. Like, he's into it. Like, when he talks
Oh yeah,
politics, he's so into it. Very
he's
educated.
like me. Listen, he's like me. He's like me. Listen, I've been in the political. I was in the political scene well, here in the local political scene from the time I was young, and I got into it because of my father. Because my father used to work as a shop steward on this job, and he was the lead man, the lead man at the time for the shop stewards unit unit for for the union here, and where he got into endorsing political candidates and incumbent incumbent political political folks here. So I got
So
into it when I was
I'll go a
young.
little. I'll go. I'll join you on this little political thing. I'll go out of my element on my channels.
Mhm.
I've been to the No King protest myself. I've been to
Oh
many different protests over the past couple of months. I've stand up for human rights. That's my whole thing. Human rights, trans rights, sexual rights, women reproductive rights. I think it's just inexcusable what's going on in this world. I think healthcare is just it's a crime to me. It's just a
yeah,
fucking
and
crime like to
and
me.
then
And
now
go ahead.
and now you have the war with Iran that you could put into the No Kings protest, and I'm st- and it's been listen, it's been very peaceful. I got to give it up to them because they could go ahead and be a little bit rowdy and show their asses off, but no, it's been peaceful, and that's why you've
Well,
been
the
seeing a
reason why
lot
it's
of people.
collecting, it's not about, and I want to say this to people, like these people are saying, "Oh, what about?" You're protesting a king. There's no such thing. It's not the point. The point is
It's not that
the
point.
point of people are protesting and speaking out because they're sick and tired of the establishment.
Yes,
It's
that's
not
what it
about
is, and
kings. It's about gas prices. It's about putting food on your
everything.
table. It's about the
It's
common man and
everything.
the common lady, and it's about looking at your fellow person on the other side, going, "We shouldn't be politically racist. We shouldn't be, shutting down things to make things happen." And it's not just
Yeah.
one side; it's both sides. Both
At
sides
fir-
have an
and
agenda.
and I remember when they started this whole No Kings, it was, a few years ago, it was like few people, but then it started to grow to thousands of people, you know, of each city, each town, each city, it was like thousands. Now, every time it comes up, I say, okay, I'll probably attend one myself and see what's going on there because hey, there's a lot of things in this country that
What I think is a crime to me, and I've said this, and I'll speak my piece on this one. What I think it's a crime to me is people that were getting treatments for diseases, and then this regime came in, and we took away healthcare, and those people that were doing well in these treatments are now fucked and dying.
yeah,
I think that's fucking disgusting as a
yeah,
person.
because it is because you can't be having those folks suffering, and then you're gonna take away just because you're taking away their treatments for
The
for
reason they're taking the treatments because big corporations can't have
the
this.
corporation.
That's the things.
No, and guess
And
what?
also another thing that I'm getting sick and tired of, why is it as a person, why am I having to surrender my land to OpenAI or any of these places that want my land and want to bleed me dry? No, hell no. It's
True.
another reason why
No,
that's another reason why I protest, why I've been to the No Kings a couple times. So that shit, it's like we're giving away, and I like AI. Don't get me wrong. I think AI is a useful tool. It's great. I think it's cool, but it should not be in everything. It should not take away the human element. I think it's good for like art and things like that. Things that I can't do, great, cool, useful tool. But to use it as a way to profit and remove actual human reaction is ridiculous to me. I think that's way too
yeah,
far. And I think Nvidia and I think a lot of these people, I think controlling the market manipulation and pricing and shit on tech product is just absolutely insane to me. I think these companies have had way too much free reign, and I think personally, if they paid their share, I think we'd be in a different boat in America. I personally believe that. I've always stated that these companies are way too powerful for what they are. And I think there needs to be an uprising on companies need to start paying their fair share. If they're going to come in here, they need to be taxed heavily. That's
and
just my personal
and
opinion.
you could and with that all started from the 1990s, 90s, 95 and 96 to be exact.
Yep.
Thanks to you could thank the one president for that one. William Jefferson Clinton took he repealed the Glass-Steagall Act and the FCC
Well,
Act.
if you really want to go real back into that, you can thank Ronald Reagan for trickle down economics too. You can go there.
Oh yeah, Ronald Reagan too. Yeah, Ronald Reagan,
Like there's a
Reaganomics.
lot
That's
like we like for America to get better, the things got to like economically change. Like we got to change our narrative, the blueprint. You got to get somebody that's in there that wants to change the blueprint, the mold. Until that happens, you're still gonna have the same shit going on. And now what's happening is you're having this manipulation that's going on in the world of things to where it, I'm gonna say this in a good way. And I don't want to get in trouble here, but you're
mm,
watching you're watching who the gas prices are really affecting. It's not people like you or me. It's the people that voted for them, in the southern
that's it.
type states,
Oh, yeah.
and
Oh,
and
they came out against him and said, "We didn't vote for this." I said, "We didn't vote for this mess." I said, "You voted for him. We told you all about him coming back in the second time."
and here's the other thing what people don't realize is with this too is you can keep trying to take away common denominators. You can keep trying this. Eventually, it's going to
Hmm.
backfire in your face in lifetime, and it's happening.
Yes, that
This
it's
midterm stuff
happening
that's
now.
happening, this midterm thing is going to be very interesting because I think you're going to see people be just done. They're gonna be done. A lot of people are fed up of the two system party, and I think it's coming more than
Yeah,
you think.
and then too because the two party system continues to expose themselves with the war in Iran.
Yep.
That's the main issue right now. Number one, yeah, gas and food prices going up, everything's going up. But the one issue that everybody says, we didn't want to go to war with Iran, and we said they're not listening to you. They want to lecture to you about this war. They want to tell you
Well,
that
the
this
reason
war
why
is so
this why the
good,
reason why this is happening is because all the companies are profiting off of this. That's why.
profiting off of
It
it.
had, it had it has nothing to do. It has nothing to do. The people wanted this. It's the more of it's these
It's
companies.
more. It's not,
Look at the
and
companies
that's what I
backing
was
all
about,
this shit. The
and
more
that's what I
this
was getting
continues,
at,
the more they make
and
money.
that's what I was getting into. The companies like Raytheon, Halliburton, Norm Booz Allen, Bowen, Lockheed Martin. I know one of my schoolmates from in the day. She works at Lockheed Martin in D.C. No, Virginia. She works at Lockheed Martin in Virginia. I'm like, Lockheed Martin? What? You contributed to this shit? I keep it.
By the
I
way,
keep it.
some of you that are coming to my streams and you're like, "Why is this political?" I don't care anymore. I've already tore the band-aid off. I've already
Yeah.
spoken my mind. If you want to judge me on how I feel about politics, oh well. There's the
Go
door.
ahead.
I can't please
There's the door.
everybody. And my buddy does like talking politics a little bit, and some of my audience
Hmm.
does too, because you live it. You can't help it.
It's
And I used to say
listen
it's
right now.
depressing coming to stream to talk about it, but it's kind of interesting if you go there because there's just so much corruption in
Of
itself.
course. And look at what's going on with the oil markets. Every time oil
It's
go
all
like
market
every,
manipulation. You love Exxon,
yeah,
you love Shell.
you love your BP, you love your BJ's gas. Here you go. Oh yeah. Well, guess what? Oh, you're not gonna get your Brent crude oil at about $120 a barrel because once it hits 115, here comes Orange Man. Oh, we are going to settle the issue in the Strait of
Well,
Hormuz. What happened?
here's your real truth. Here's your real facts. People are borrowing. People don't he don't realize people are borrowing hardcore in the paint right now, and if they keep
Yes.
borrowing, it all comes down to what happened in the America. Like when you keep borrowing and you can't put back, the interest rates are high right now, right? The interest rate, people get credit cards. When that gate
Mm-hmm.
closes and the floodgates stop, what you think is going to happen? A double dip recession or a Great
That was
Depression?
the mm-hmm. That's what.
You
Listen,
better
it's
hope in the technology sector. You better hope this whole bubble that's happening with AI. You better hope it stays in place, because if it
I don't
doesn't
know.
and it crashes, there goes your economics. There goes every bit
Yeah,
of it.
because they've already put their much of their stock into it. You see,
They
the
keep
first
borrowing
lady
from each
saying,
other. They keep
yeah,
borrowing.
the first lady said we should invest in AI. Her son is in the whole Bitcoin cryptocurrency market.
That's a failing
The
market,
whole
and the crypto's a failing market right now currently.
bro, yo, did you see? I mean, Bitcoin. I remember Bitcoin was like at about $115,000,
I'll put it
and
this
it
way:
was.
I was mining for a while in my old house. I
Mhm.
was mining for a while. I had a pretty not a I didn't do it on my main PC. I just did it on a small laptop, but I was making some okay cents on a dollar. But
Yeah,
I didn't like the fact that I had to keep my laptop open all the time and letting it run sky high all the time. I didn't like that. Just
no,
I kind
no,
of got
no,
into
no.
the mode of I wanted to get into the cryptocurrency shit because it was like I thought, oh, you grind, you get free money. I think that was most of us that back in the COVID days. I just we thought hey,
True.
we can
Listen,
load a program on
I
our
got in a
computer.
little, and for me, I got in a little bit into oil, gas, gold, oil and gas futures, gold futures. They could listen. All those markets they do market manipulation all over the place,
Oh,
every
of
single
course.
time.
Welcome to the world we live in. We
Of
got the
course,
biggest grifters in the world. Come
of
on,
course, every single
they're
time. So it's not.
they're just milking us for what it is. It's all that
Yeah, and
is.
there's nothing new. So you already know. It's just that you're seeing it. It's nothing new. That's been going on for
And
decades. Even before,
our president right now, right? He's been saying this since the
yes,
90s. People are now like, wake up, people. He said for the
he's been
90s he didn't
saying it.
like Iran. He didn't like Iran then, he doesn't like them
He
now.
didn't like it. No, because oh, because they're the greatest threat to Israel. We was like, eh? Well, I was like, okay, okay, okay. You really want? It's like they really want to go there with me because I would spit the history about that shit like it's no other. But
I'm
let's
gonna
just
keep this
keep it
for
to
real.
where.
We didn't need to go into Iran. Hell no, we didn't need to go there. We already had a deal in place. They didn't have what they said they had. Obama already
Listen,
had that in
Iran,
place.
but Iran is Persia. Iran is Persia. Persia goes back. It
Yes, I
all
know.
goes back long
They've
before
all been
America.
fighting. Okay, in fairness, they've been all fighting. I don't mean to be. I don't. The people are gonna take this the way it is. All these places have been fighting over sand for decades, for since the tell of time. It's never
Yes,
gonna change. I'll be long in the grave, and these people still
and
be
it's
fighting over sand.
but because you don't like that they stood up for theirs. It's not even the fact that oh they come up against Israel, or Israel, whatever. Is the fact they stood up for themselves. They made things domestically when they had sanctions put onto them, hardcore sanctions, where they couldn't depend on Russia and China to come in and help them out. They had to depend on themselves. And they are some of the and Iranian people are some of the smartest people in the world.
Well, what's happening
And
in
when
Lifetime, what you're watching in Lifetime, is we're getting backed into a corner. That's what's happening.
yeah, it's
We are
listen,
nothing's
and,
working, and you know who's going to come save our ass? And this is the sad part of it all, because our president can't do it, and he's going to probably take claim. Oh, I won another war. No, China's going to come save our ass, and that's unfortunate.
China's not going to see. Right now, China is working with Iran. China's got a deal.
Well,
China's got to deal with
China has to, in a lot of places. The reason why they have to is because 50% of their oil comes through. It's a big amount of money. So I can't blame
50%
China for wanting to
of
fight that. And then
yeah,
trying to work
50% of
with our president to get a deal reached at some point. So I get why.
listen, and he's not going to want to reach a deal because
No, because he's got
uh,
to keep making money. His company's got to
it's
keep
not
making money off of this shit.
it's not even that. It's not even that he's a puppet.
Yes.
He's a puppet.
Yes.
And puppet
Yes.
and puppets are the puppet master, let's be real, the puppet master is in Tel Aviv, Israel. Just and I'm just saying,
That is
I'm just
true.
saying,
You ain't wrong.
if
That
you,
is very true.
eh, I'm just saying, if you know, you know. If you know, you know.
Instead, what we should be doing, instead of fighting these wars, we should be making better for food on the table, gas,
And
force,
that's what we were talking
and let's
about.
stop this ignorant
That's
shit. FCC card chairman, right? Let's keep it for real. You're banning all these
oh,
routers and shit out of America
oh,
to be made in America.
huh?
Let's keep it for real here.
Well, tell me. So he wants to ban routers made
He's
out
already
of
has.
America.
He already did.
Oh, oh, he already did. So
So
okay, so
technically,
what?
so right now, any router that's sold, any old router right now that's being sold in the store can continue to be sold. Outside of
Until they
that, anything
until they get
new, anything new has to be made here in America. It cannot
yeah.
be
So
produced overseas.
so basically, once the routers that are made out of America in those stores sell off, they'll be discontinued. They'll be discontinued,
So
and
basically,
then
what Car is basically doing is this. Oh hey, because China hacked into a TP link, which wasn't even that. It was like
no,
it wasn't a big burger like that, and they also went
it
after
wasn't
other
them.
companies behind it. Behind it.
Of
And
course,
then
but and
so on top of that now, right? What he did was he went, okay, we're if you're going after TP Link, we're just gonna go after everybody. And because Netgear is in America and Starlink is in America, but both of these companies they outsource their routers. They're building their routers in Taipei and different places. So I
oh,
don't know. I guess there's some favoritism going on with Netgear
okay.
and Starlink when it comes to
What's for? especially Starlink. There's definitely favoritism.
Oh yeah, of course. But the thing is that the very thing that I find funny is in 2027 when this goes into effect, once because right now everybody's got an exception. So the rules right now state that you could sell your current stuff, but when Wi-Fi 8 comes out and beyond, you have to go through these rules and regulations, and
Whoa,
hopefully you get it.
Wi-Fi 8, Wi-Fi was it 8G or something?
Well, we're on Wi-Fi 7 right now, so Wi-Fi 8's coming out in the next couple years.
Oh, so it's like 7G then.
6G.
Was it like Wi-Fi
6G is on
six?
the bound. So 6G, so if you're going by wireless standards, so mobile
Mm-hmm.
phones are about to change to 6G. 6G is almost done being developed already.
Okay,
They're
so
already
so
working on towers already for it.
okay, so that would be coming in by the end of the year into early next year.
Probably the next 2 years, most likely. And supposedly, that 6G is supposed to
Six
fix
year.
the problem with the 5G. Because if you ever notice with 5G, when you're in certain spots, especially if you're on Verizon, you notice how your
Oh
signal is
no.
so slow to a crawl. Be it's their millimeter
Yeah.
wave. So this is supposed to fix this millimeter wave because millimeter wave only can go through it's low bearing. So if there's a wall in the way, it's just you're
Mhm.
done. That's it.
Brother,
So
brother,
most
we
of these
brother,
companies are
listen.
using fake 4G.
And the thing is too, we were supposed to a long time ago, and this is what I told, and said it to my mother. I said, "Why are we on five? Listen, they got 5G was in China long before we had it. Now China's on about probably about 8G,
Actually, in fact, no. Actually, China's still on 5G. Fun fact.
5G.
I
Oh
have I
well,
have a couple of friends that still travel. I have a few friends that do schooling and whatnot, and they have
okay.
family in China, so it's still 5G. The thing about China is that they're still doing 5G. They don't feel like they need to upgrade. They're also they have the two biggest companies in the world. They have Huawei and they have ZTE. So
ZTE.
those two got banned in the States, but an unfortunate part, we're now relying on Samsung to make everything, our towers, our things like that. So 6G
Yeah,
is
yeah,
coming.
yeah,
So
yeah.
6G is coming globally. What it's supposed to correct, supposedly, 6G is supposed to correct 5G millimeter wave. And
So that'll be the next 2 years.
next 2 years is supposedly because now 5G is becoming a really good internet standard. When I had T-Mobile 5G home internet, it was great for everything but gaming.
But gaming, no. Mm-mm.
That'll correct when 6G comes out. You'll be able to have more overhead, and you won't have to prioritize the data to where
They
only
should,
certain people at certain times can have it.
they should, they could have easily skipped over to go to, they could have skipped over to go to 7G or 8G because the technology is out there for it
Well, the
that you can
band.
build it.
So how this works is on a chart. 7G is in the next 10 years. So you're 10 years out on that one. You're 10, 15 years out on that. 8G is another 20 years behind that, at least.
Days. No,
Uh, by the
no,
way, guys, I'm into technology because I watch so much technology stuff and know so much about technology. And
and I,
The reason why Nvidia is releasing older graphics cards to the world is it's not because they're being the good guys. They're not being the good guys. What they're doing is they've gobbled up everything for AI and they're just like, hey, you know what? We'll just release the older cards with the older shit, which is not a bad thing because the older cards are still relevant to this day, to be honest. It's just the fact
yeah,
that Nvidia is fucking you over, and Jensen doesn't give a shit about you. He's basically he's the actual mafia king right now. Currently, if you want to go there,
I,
he's the puppeteer. He's getting all these different companies, and you're now watching in live time, and this is what's happening. Microsoft is bailing out on AI completely. They're gonna keep some of it, but they're bailing out because they're losing money. They're
I've seen that.
you can't keep losing billions of dollars and thinking you're gonna turn a profit. It's just not gonna happen. When people are
No,
revolting and you're losing millions and billions of dollars, you're done. That's just the way that is.
That's
That's what's
what it is.
happening. That's what's
Listen,
happening with Microsoft in live time. And Microsoft's realizing we got to gain our people back. We got to get people on our OS. We got to get people to come back. So they're trying to get people to rebuy in. That's what WWE's trying to do.
so
WWE's
WWE,
they're trying to buy. They're trying to get you to buy in with all these celebrities, and people are revolting on the idea of it.
are
But
revolting because
let's get
because
back to this let's get back to this review. Get back on track here. So I'm gonna be
yeah,
honest
yeah.
with you
So
guys. I'm gonna be real with you. If WWE keeps doing this shit and the way they're going with SmackDown, I told this gentleman I may just start reviewing AEW exclusively and be done with this shit because I'm not gonna sit and watch highlights or shit shows anymore. I can't. It's just
no,
it
it's too much.
it drives me insane. I sit and have to watch it, and then I'm like sitting back going, "Why are we have Uma Femi in a 2-on-1 handicap match? Why are we having Pierce come out and look stupid? Why do we have why do we have I already know what they're doing with the Megas champion. They're going to set it up for Finn Balor versus Dominic for the title. It's
Yes,
coming. It's coming. And I think Finn Balor will be your new Triple H champion. But
Triple A Mega Champion.
I really do believe it's the wrong championship that Finn Balor should have. But that's just me. I don't think Finn Balor should be Triple A Megas champion. He should be World Heavyweight champion. We have Roman
True,
Reigns cutting these promos going, Jacob Fatu should be fired. I'm like, Jacob Fatu should be
because he's
champion. You're not here every week. Now you're here every
you're
week
not here
because
every week.
WWE's now rolling that, doing
He's
it
not gonna be
360,
here every. Listen, he's not gonna be here every week until July. They're letting him finish up the
supposedly.
rest of the month. They're letting.
Supposedly.
You sure?
Well,
Don't
according to
WWE do
reports, according to reports, but I don't believe that for a second because now they're pushing Roman Reigns hardcore. Out of nowhere, they're all of a
because
sudden pushing him on everything because people revolted.
because 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 your rematch would be for him at Clash in Italy.
Well, they're gonna have to do something with that title because Cody Rhodes doesn't look good either. This is another thing I don't
That's
like. Cody Rhodes looks
Gunther.
extremely
uh,
bad.
Gunther will be your next champion, and then they're setting that up for Clash in Italy and Turin coming up for at the end of the month. May was it May 31st?
And it's disappointing
May
to me.
30.
They took CM Punk off of television when this guy should have just took the belt off of Cody.
Yeah, they took him off. I saw that.
Your two world heavyweight championship titles are on life support. I'm gonna tell this to people, it's on life support. There's no doubt about it.
Listen, listen. Cody right now has to drop it, and right now you have to give it to somebody else. I say Gunther.
Can I just say this? AEW is doing a good job because what they're gonna do with Kaneshke Okeshina, they're gonna screw him over this week. So
Oh yeah, they're gonna screw him over.
he'll
Sure.
still have an opportunity for the title, and then I guarantee that they'll have him go over against Okada.
Oh yeah, no, no.
I'm all
Listen,
for
he's
it.
going over. He's going over. He's going
That's
over
more
at Double or
interesting to
Nothing.
me. That's more interesting to me than watching a fucking Roman Reigns go, I need to fire my cousin, her. And I'm like,
And
okay.
then Jacob Fatu doing the the Tongan death grip. Ooh.
I'm more interested in the Tonga Death Grip than I am Roman Reigns. I'm just like,
Oh yeah.
can you
I
just
was like,
like can we just have Roman Reigns like maybe like I said, can we do like a fake murder on on
listen,
television?
listen. The best thing coming out of Backlash, and like I was saying to you,
Can I just say this
somebody get.
backlash was so much bad? I don't know why people were saying it's a
Oh,
9 out
oh,
of
hold on.
10.
No, 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 no. No. Wait. Hold on. Before you go there, somebody said it was a 7 out of 10.
Oh my
Oops.
gosh.
Say, do it again, please.
Stay off the weed. It's stay off the weed. And you can't stay off the weed. He ain't getting busted for using weed.
I had to go there because that's insane to me. 7
No,
out
no,
of
no, no, no,
nines
no.
and
No. Wait. You got to play the other drop. What?
Yo.
I mean, what? What? And you got to be kidding me. I mean, sit down.
I got to get that Chris Berman one, the one that when he does the whop. I got to do that one too.
Yes.
Eventually, get that one
Mm-hmm.
going.
I mean, I
I'm
gotta.
gonna tell you guys with these reviews that I was seeing about Backlash. I don't know what. Maybe I'm too critical as a wrestling fan, but some of y'all, you're out of this planet. You're out of this world. Like with these reviews that I was seeing, I'm like, bro, what am I not seeing that you're seeing?
I mean, seriously. What are y'all? What the hell? What
I'll
the fuck
swear
are
some
y'all
of you maybe be
saying?
drinking before you watch the shows. Maybe you've been smoking and you like to
Oh,
be
oh,
in a
oh,
coma-like
oh,
state.
okay. Okay. You know what? The best match was Io Sky and Asuka. That's what they said.
Okay, I can get down with that one. Okay,
I
all
get that
right.
one. And then they said, oh well, Braun Breaker. It was mentor versus mentee, and I give it a 7 out of 10. Uh-huh.
There wasn't really a build for that, to be honest with you. There wasn't
And then
really.
and then and then the whole Danhausen thing, somebody gave it a 6 out of 10.
Yeah,
Actually, I give it.
Brian Alvarez was shitting on everybody, going, "You hating on this because you don't remember back in the '90s?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but that was different times,
Yeah.
though. You had Dwayne the Clown and different things. That was different. Dadhouse, it just feels like they're coercing it and rushing it. They're like pushing it way down our throats more than it needs to be. Like,
And then yeah, it is. And then for the
go ahead,
main
take over
event,
real quick. I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
and then for the main event for the for the world heavyweight title between Reigns and Fatu, they gave it a 7 out of 10. And the best thing coming out of it was Fatu beat the shit out of Roman Reigns. I mean, well, damn, you didn't give much of a factor to the match because we told you that Roman was going to retain, via a screw job on Jacob Fatu. And Fatu was going to get that damn revenge with the whole Tongan death grip, leaving him lying there. So backlash to me, backlash to me was bland.
I had to go to the
Wasn't
bathroom.
too
Oh,
good.
much better.
It wasn't too good. But what I would say is for the weekend for that, AEW Fairway to Hell. What a good one. What a good one and a unique experience.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna just be honest. AEW did something creative that I never thought they could do, and they did it, and I was
Yes.
like, my mind was blown. And also too, it made WWE look like the shit product.
Yeah, looks like shit. Look like shit
Well,
because
well, Dan, well, I don't get it. Like, I don't get, and to Brian Alvarez, I don't understand what you're seeing that I'm not seeing. I get it. You're bringing out midget wrestlers, and you're doing this, that, and the third, all this spectacle. You're bringing out his wife in latex and all this different shit. She's kind of
whoa,
a
whoa, whoa,
diamond
whoa, whoa,
extra
whoa,
kind
whoa,
of
whoa,
character.
whoa, 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 what the hell?
What?
Who? His wife?
Yeah, his wife. Yeah, you didn't know that. His wife's that way. Yeah.
Oh shit! But you don't have to bring it to.
You haven't seen the pictures of his wife dressing up in latex and the different things that she does.
Well, yeah,
She
yeah,
does some
yeah.
scandalous
You know
shit.
what?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but they bring it on to WWE TV.
Yeah, that's what they've been doing. Do you not notice that? Like the Danhausen thing's all about like this. I'm evil and spooky and BSM type shit. Yay. Fear
Okay,
me, curse.
sometimes,
You don't get
sometimes
it?
with your wife, sometimes with your wife, got to keep her out, got to keep her off of TV, man.
Well,
She
if
probably get a little.
every time you see her, she's dressing in something shiny, taking
Oh
pictures,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
doing
yeah.
this, that,
You
and the
know what?
third. Like, come on now. Like, don't
I've
get me
seen
wrong.
it. I've
I
seen
like
it.
that. I'm not making fun of Danhausen. I'm just saying his character to me, it was good at first, and now it's kind of being way too forced down my throat.
Yeah. Well, we told you all. We discussed this. I said, watch what they do with Danhausen, and we're watching it in real time.
Well,
Watching it in real
here's
time.
another thing is Uma Femi shouldn't be like, I don't know why they put Angel and Berto in that whole situation. They didn't need to.
No.
these guys should be in AAA being your mid-card guys
Yeah.
in AAA. Not sitting to
I
get
mean,
teed off by in 51 seconds. And it makes Uma look stupid. Uma should be in this John Cena Classic. He should be your guy that wins the belt and defends it every week if that's what he wants to do in these little open challenges. You've made him look like Batista. Let's just keep it real. He's not a Brock Lesnar as he's a Batista-esque. I will say that. Not Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar's a little bit more to me. And I think any
yeah,
Brock Lesnar fan can agree with me there. I see him
I
more as
am.
the animal. Batista. I do not see him being the next big thing. I don't know why they call him that. When he uses a Batista
Never,
bomb for shit's sakes, the fall from grace is a
never.
Batista bomb.
Yes.
And I think any Brock Lesnar fan can sit here and agree with me on the idea of Uma does not come off like Brock Lesnar. He comes off more like a Batista to me. And I've always said that. Like, they're make him into something that he's not. For
No,
real.
no,
For
and I'm one of those guys that have been a Brock Lesnar supporter since the day he stepped foot in a WWE ring back in 2002.
Oh, I remember
I've
when he
been
took out
that
the. I remember when he got a championship title right off the
foot
rip. I remember when he
right
went
off
in
the
and
rip.
into
Hmm.
SummerSlam and beat The Rock. I was in shock mode.
That's right.
The
And
Rock
never
didn't
got
have the title very long, and they just went, you know
and
what,
never
full
had a
stop.
rematch. And, and,
Nope.
and and they always used to ask why The Rock never got himself a rematch against Brock Lesnar.
Because The Rock went off to Hollywood to go film The Rundown next minute.
Yeah,
Fun
I
fact.
remember that. I
And
remember
then he
that.
came back as
But the
Hollywood Rock right behind it.
yeah,
He
I
didn't need a
remember that.
rematch. It worked out for itself. He didn't need a rematch. He came back and I thought he had the best second half of his career. Right then and there with Hurricane Helms, man, when he called him the Hamburglar and he was doing all these different songs wearing the leather bodysuit. The Rock was just
Oh
literally on
yeah,
top of the world. I like that from The Rock.
yeah.
Now
Listen,
another thing I will say
you knew.
here. Go ahead.
Hmm. No, I
Go
said,
ahead.
and you knew with Brock, any moment he, any moment he stepped foot, that 6'3", 2'8", 296, or sometimes
Hey, Brock
290
Lesnar was the guy that
frame.
beat up a guy with a missing leg, okay? On
That's it.
SmackDown, made him bleed and then picked him up and turned around to his mother on television. Said, "See, I'm killing your kid on camera." I remember
Yeah.
that back in the day, back in the Ruthless
Listen,
Aggression.
and,
Nobody talks about that.
no, and he
Brian,
rips you,
I think his name
and
was
he
Brian
rips.
Hydron, right, or something like
Yeah,
that.
Heinrich. Yeah, Brian
Yep,
Heinrich.
yep.
Yeah, and I
Beat the
remember.
living shit out of him, and I thought they were gonna throw the
Listen,
towel, and they didn't. He
I re-
F5'd
I
him so many
remember.
times.
I, and in the street fight matches that he used to have, people used to say, well, Brock Lesnar could use a weapon. Well, the announcer said, Brock Lesnar don't need to use a damn weapon because he's a damn weapon himself. We used to say,
Brock Lesnar,
Brock.
to be honest with you, and for a while there, Brock Lesnar was like, I, I'm just gonna say this: there was Batista and there was Brock Lesnar at the time, and I was more of a Batista fan, but I understood the Brock Lesnar stuff. I did. I got why
I
Brock
was
Lesnar
Brock.
did what he did.
Yeah. Listen, Brock Lesnar was a weapon by himself. He didn't even need no damn
Oh, I
weapons. He didn't
remember
need no
back
damn
at the
chair.
Soul Fight. I remember back in the day at what stadium was that in Seattle, and he did the whole thing off the ropes, and I went, damn, the guy broke his neck, and he was still able to do the match and actually destroyed Kurt Angle right behind it. That shit's a wild.
Mhm. Yep, Safeco. That was well, it was Safeco Field at the time, and now they call it T-Mobile Park.
And the other, what was the other one? It was what was it back in the day with Brock? It was also Eddie Guerrero. The whole Eddie Guerrero stuff was like Brock
Hmm.
Lesnar played his part. And it was really good. You know
He
that
played a
that
part,
well
yeah. Got,
played his
put
part. They
Eddie
both
Guerrero over.
complimented each other, and he put Eddie Guerrero over.
Yeah, he put
Nobody
Eddie
talk.
Guerrero over in the end.
Nobody talks about Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar does say this in interviews. I will do what's best for business or what's best for
Good for
me
business.
and the people around me. He's always been
That's
that
what he
way.
said. Of
And
course, and that's
I
why
honestly think the reason he retired was the fact of was this. I think they tried to make him take a pay cut, and I think he wasn't willing to
pay
do that.
cut. And Brock Lesnar taking a pay cut. Oh, you
No.
drop it, drop the damn beat,
Well,
drop the beat.
I also think too that Endeavor or sorry, here I got you.
TKO.
Say, do it again.
Stay off.
Here I got you. This one.
No, what?
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 What? And you got to be kidding me. I mean, you sit down.
That's what I think with Brock Lesnar. I think what a lot of people miss out on. I think he didn't want to take a pay cut, and I think the other one is I think UFC. I think they were wanting him for UFC. If you really want to go there, I think they wanted him to come back to UFC, which I think that's
Brock
not going to
Lesnar.
happen anytime soon.
Listen, Brock Lesnar is 48 right now. He does not need UFC. Brock Lesnar could go.
I'm going to make
Brock,
a wild prediction. I think by the fall, and this is my opinion, because supposedly there's rumors and speculation going on that Brock Lesnar's in some talks with AEW, and I think Tony Khan will welcome Brock Lesnar in big time, because
ooh,
also if you didn't see in the news, guys, Galaxy Con is happening, and guess who the two people that are being featured? Austin Creed, under his new name, formerly known as Xavier Woods, and Kofi.
and Kofi.
Yep, new name,
Yeah,
Kofi.
Galaxy Con. Of course. Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
you already have, and this is the fun part, you already have MVP teasing these two to be part of the Hurt Syndicate. You already gotten him to talk about this. You know what? To be honest with you, I would love to see those two in the Hurt Syndicate. I'd be all for it. In a business suit,
Yep.
looking business wise,
Mm-hmm.
bro. I'm just saying. I'm just
And, and,
saying.
and plus,
All four of
and
those.
plus, remember, they they were playing heel characters with the whole New Day shtick before they asked for their release too.
By the way, just
That could fit right.
picture mafia status. Just picture mafia status with all four of those gentlemen. Just picture this. Like, drink it in. Like, you could have
You know
the
what the
Hurt Syndicate being
you
their
know
own bloodline. Think about that.
you know what they remind you know what the Art Syndicate will wear the suits remind me of? 1970s New York City when you had the drug kingpins um running the drug game here, and and they never showed them all selling drugs and shit, but dumb guys was wearing some suits, ooh, and you knew.
You know what they all remind me of? They remind me of like the gangsters back in the mafia status. And that's what I would love to see from the Hurt Syndicate if they do bring in if it goes that way. I don't think it's going to go that way, but if I had it my way, they would be literally in the Hurt Syndicate because it makes sense. They can cut promos. They could do
Oh yeah,
so much different stuff with Kofi. I'm gonna say this, and they bring in Kofi. I'm gonna be honest with you. Strap a rocket ship on him. If I'm Tony Khan and I sign these guys, do not put him in a world tag team title. I would have Kofi go win the world heavyweight title right off the rip. That's what I would do. Just to
oh
show
shit.
WWE up that hey, look, we could do it
Okay.
better than you.
Oh
We could.
okay. Well,
Well,
if you
Swerve.
you
Well,
talk.
Swerve was saying it on the shows that he was on these podcasts because he keeps in contact. He said, "I could see Kofi winning a world heavyweight title in AEW. I could see it."
Okay, well, of course, because I mean, look what happened with him.
And take a look at
Look
Xavier
what
Woods. I could see Xavier Woods getting the TNT belt already. That's something for
would
me.
you would you put him for the national title?
Yes, I would give
National inter.
Austin Creed everything. Let me be real with you.
Okay,
Austin Creed has something to prove right now, and I think if I'm TK, I throw everything at him. World heavyweight
true.
titles, trios titles. Uh, these guys don't have very much left in their careers. Throw them at everything. Go have them go to New Japan. Have them come over to MLPW. Have them come over here.
Mhm.
Let them be who they want to be and show what WWE was missing. Kofi
And plus they
especially.
have
I
their
think Kofi's
and
got a
plus
chip on his shoulder. I personally believe
and
this.
plus and plus they got their own brand. They're still doing the game with up down down up down down, and they have and you know what now too? Back with the connections with the Young Bucks on the gaming part and Kenny Omega on the gaming side.
Yes,
Because
absolutely.
remember they were doing the gaming with those three
Well, now think about it in
before.
this way. If AEW wanted to launch a new wrestling game, they have now 4 different minds that can help out now. It's not just Kenny Omega. You can have Austin Creed. You can have Kofi. You can have, a bunch of minds now coming together to make a really good video game if you want to go there.
Oh yeah, 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 of course. I mean, listen, you got that, and those guys were gaming, gaming buddies uh the before the inception of AEW.
Yes. And look at Adam Cole in the mix of that too. Like, it's a
Adam
shame what's
Cole
going on
too.
with Adam Cole, but at the same time, they are using Adam Cole for different things though, which I got to give
Hmm.
AEW
Hmm.
credit on.
Of course. Listen, Adam Cole is on this game. Adam Cole is on this gaming, and and then too, a lot of the AEW wrestlers are very much showing their support for Kofi and Austin Creed. You see what and see MJF. I know we give him a lot
MJF,
of grief.
to be honest with you, MJF knows the temperature in the room. He just
He said
knows.
it's, he says a new day. Yesterday I said, oh, MJF gets the temperature.
Yep,
FTR
he
said
gets
something
what
about
he gets what's going on, and that's what
he gets
you
it.
love to see it.
He got it. Listen, it was him that came out and spoke about what was going down with TNA,
Well,
and he
did you also hear that he's been going out of character. Recently he went out of character, talked about Darby Allin. Like he went out of character. This is like many times I've seen him do this. Now he's saying like we had to give the boys some shine. We had to do something. We can't just have this guy sit and floundering. So we did what
oh,
we thought was best.
very good. Listen, at least he's learning right now. At times, you can't be the top guy that's just gonna garner wins. Se- you're gonna have to do like the Brock Lesnar method, a little bit of it. You're gonna have to
Well,
put people over,
let's keep it for real here. MJF's been winning everything. Let's just
of course.
be he's won
But
the
now
belt
it's
so many times now, like how much more like then it becomes oh John Cena-esque. Oh, he just
yeah.
won
So
it
now
because like it's John Cena now. He's John Cena of AEW. He just keeps winning, heel or not heel. He's gonna win the belt no matter what. And it's like I would rather AEW do this kind of other stuff with him and then have him down the road, like maybe 8 months down the road, win the belt again. Or win another belt and hold on to that and make that prestigious for the temporary time and let like a Kevin Knight or, things like that keep the belt.
yes. But and by the way, shout out to the Divine Dominion, the on AEW Fairway to Hell, always dominating and looking so statuesque.
So here's my other thing. Like, I'm not giving a shit about Saturday night's main event. I'm gonna be honest with you, just not caring. Like this is
Hmm.
me just
And
like I don't care.
yeah, because they want to do because WWE wants to do counter programming against AEW. Again, as usual, nothing new.
And my
But
other thing
they
is
can't.
also Angelo Dawkins and Marcus Ford. What are we doing?
Yeah,
What are we doing with these guys? Because to me, okay, Saturday night main event, but then you're gonna go and it made illogical to me. They turned around and I guess one of them took a spear and Seth looked back at him and then they're like feuding with Seth Rollins. I'm like, you guys are all faces. Why don't you work together to take down the Vision itself? It would benefit you.
eventually that's what's going to happen.
Should.
I mean, it's
Um,
gonna happen because listen, because wait a minute. So eventually, are they gonna be facing off against each other for for the tag team title in Italy?
no, main event or Saturday night's main event against
Not
Division.
Saturday main event at the Garden.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. Division's gonna win.
So
They're gonna.
here's
Division's
my
gonna
thing.
retain.
I feel Dominic Mysterio's been ran into the ground too. That's another talent that I feel it's just been ran into the ground. You know, I don't
Yeah.
understand. I don't understand why we have Dominic holding a belt. It just feels like it's a paperweight championship. It's just a toy that WWE puts. Oh, we own AAA. Huh? Every week we want you guys to come to our Saturday. Blah blah blah. Which honestly, Saturday, I'm gonna be real. Whatever Undertaker is doing with that show, I actually really enjoy AAA. To be honest with you,
Yes.
whatever he's doing to book that show with, I believe he's got somebody else behind him helping him out. They're doing a good job. Let's just put it out there. Doing a great job. Keep doing
Yeah.
what you're doing. I think Undertaker. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't like Undertaker as the Dead Man podcast shit. You know what I mean? I think he's tone deaf with that. But being an actual booker and actually kind of not brain dead, that show's not that bad. I thought they utilized Bailey in a good spot. I think, Bailey's in a good place right now. Do I like her in AAA? No. I think she should be fighting for titles, but if this is the end of Bailey and this next 6 months is Bailey in AAA, I'm cool with that. And NXT, I'm
Hmm.
cool with it. As long as they keep putting Bailey in these kind of good situations. I thought what they did on AAA wasn't that bad for her. Really, to be honest with you.
No, no, it wasn't. It wasn't. It was. It was a very. It was a very good spot because I saw
I
them in
think
hot,
Bailey needs to put over talent right now as she's leaving the door. I don't think she's going to renew with WWE. I think
and
personally she's
that's
going to walk out and
and that,
try to go
and that's
experience
what
the world.
because what I'm seeing from out of it with Bailey and Triple H, she's putting over the talent of La Catalina.
Now, is this mask for mask match happening this week, right? Is that the
No,
thing?
no, it's happening at a show in Mexico May 30th, two
Oh,
weeks from
okay.
now.
2 weeks from now. Okay.
About two, about 2.5, yeah, 2.5 weeks from now. So, and I don't know
And to
because
me,
that
and
two,
I'm going to say this also too. So Ruko, let's just have this conversation. What the fuck are we doing with her? You had her lose tonight. She should be beating Io Sky. They had her
I
botch
saw.
a, they had her botch a move, and I'm like, it was the most stupidest botch I've ever seen in my life. I just went, you just made Suruko look stupid. You made her look dumb. And don't give me
Well,
this whole adage, oh, well, we're building, it's cinema. We're building story. No, you fucking ain't. That ain't fucking it, Chief. She should be over already. Over and done.
she
It should
should
be
be
Tiffany
over.
Stratton levels. It should be Tiffany
Yeah.
Stratton winning belt already levels. You're making her
Well,
look stupid.
she just came in 2 weeks ago. I don't know yet. I don't know if they're gonna do that yet.
No
They're
matter.
gonna try.
They should have her win a belt off the rip. She should already be beating Io Sky already. That should have been a thing.
Okay.
They brought her in to be a face. You already had her face the world champion already. You had her come close. This is where you have her win matches. And I don't agree with it. And by the way, to the people that are going to tell me, you're just wrong. No, you brought her in. You made her look like $1 million. You made her cut a promo. And then you had Zari interfere. Now you should build her up now. You should have her take wins. She should have beat Io Sky. Flat out. I love Io Sky, but that victory is not going to do anything for her. Just
No.
saying. It's not going to
I,
transcend her
well, I,
to a title.
I would say this: come to WWE, where the botch moves are shown at every point.
She went for the Soul Snatcher, and I went, what the fuck? What was that all about? She went up for it, and I went, oh, she's going to do the basically a reverse O face. Oh, she's going to do it. And then I went, oh, ooh, that did not look good. And I thought she got hurt. That was the first thing I thought. I went, oh, she's gonna get hurt. And then Io rolled her up in the same fruit roll up shit that WWE does, and they love their fruit roll ups. 1, 2, 3, and I'm like, Did we really need to give Io the victory? She already got pretty much. She retired Asuka at that point. She didn't need another victory. She'll be okay taking a loss from, Tsuruko.
So okay. Yeah, no, listen. Right now, was it next? So next week they already did the like a little build. It will be Paige and Brie Bella, the champions, going up against the challengers of the Judgment Day, Roxanne Perez and
Let me just
Raquel
go. Let me just get
Rodriguez.
my. I should just wear the back in the day. These bands used to wear the spinny little hats. I should just spin and go. Yee! I should just go. Yay! Are we excited for this shit? I ain't. I might as just find all the fucking coping mechanisms to find. I might as get numb for this shit. Because damn, Paige and Brie Bella have made those titles look like paperweight titles. Not sorry. Just saying. And you
Ooh,
know what I'm waiting for? You know what I'm really waiting for? When Nikki Bella shows up and floors the shit out of Paige and we get a feud. I'm cool with that. She takes the belt away from her and says, no, it was on loan. It's my belt. Watch what they're going to do with
mm,
that. They have her come back, and then it's her and Paige for the fucking tag team title. And then Nikki beats her to take back the title. It's so stupid. It's predictable.
oh
This is
yes, yes, yes.
predictable.
Here's the
They're gonna
is the program, and I'm going to have two people from the same team face off against each other. The winner gets one half of a belt.
well,
Yeah, I
what they're gonna do is they're gonna bring Nikki Bella back, right? Nikki's gonna turn around, take the crutch, hit Paige. Paige is gonna go down, and then she's gonna go, "That's my belt. You were just making it warm." And then she's gonna turn around and go, "Well, you're gonna face me in a match for that title, for half of the tag team titles." And I'll be like, "What the fuck are we doing?" Or they'll do what
okay.
WWE typically does, where they'll have the two roll and then they'll just switch between Paige and Nikki Bella.
Yeah, well,
And that shit will be
it's
dumb.
it sucks. And anybody that's looking to sign with WWE at the moment should reconsider, especially what's her name? Persephone.
Can I just be honest with the acknowledge ceremony? It was
Uh,
predictable. Very predictable. And
yeah,
by the way, Usos, your stock value is going down by the day. Thank you. Thanks to your cousin Roman Reigns. Like, we're being honest, your stock value is just going down by the day. Just saying, Roman Reigns is doing you no favors.
nope.
And by the way, you're doing the yeet. We're in your city shit. Getting old. Getting old. Jey Uso, I told you. You can get mad all you want, but I called you out on your shit. I said the yeeting and the we're in your city is getting old real quick and come up with something new. I would actually like you guys to call yourself the Uso Penitentiary again, because that was the best Usos that were ever done.
Yep.
I loved every second of that. If you're gonna roll with Roman, call yourself the stop the eats and we're in your city and go Uso Penitentiary and show what the world's missing out on. Because you guys look stupid. You guys are pretty much New Day 2.0 at this point. Yes, I said that. I don't regret what I just said.
Of course.
Because the Usos look stupid. See,
Yeah.
if it was me as a person, and I'm going to say this out loud, and I'm probably going to get booed and hissed, the Usos should be fired out of WWE. Released. I'm all about that. I'm all for it. They should.
Listen,
They throw
it's
stinkers.
it's funny but true. I'm just laughing because I'm laughing at it because it's funny,
Bro,
but
they're
yet it's
basically
true.
as a tag
It's
team.
true.
I'll compare it to basketball. They are the Joel Embiid of WWE right now.
Oh shit.
This
Well,
they are. No,
well,
I'll give you one. They're the Anthony Davis.
oh
I'll go
shit.
worse. I'll go worse on that one.
No.
Usos, you can come to my ex and you can berate me and tell me how much I'm wrong and I don't know the wrestling industry, but you guys stink. I could smell the stink from here. It's bad. And with
Yeah,
Roman Reigns not performing for the next month or two, just makes it even look worse. And I'm already ready for the Uncle Uzi. I'm waiting for it. Waiting for that to show up. Because as I always say, we got to go for All right. I had to pull that.
so
I have to do this. Go ahead.
yeah, no, so basically with the Usos, hey, listen, as their value continue to go down, they're gonna say, well, the cousin, we wanna continue to roll with it, but your cousin is bringing down your value. You don't understand. He
I don't
can't
know.
do.
I don't know. CM Punk kind of said there's the real Samoan over on another product that's better than you, and you know it. Basically, without saying those words, it's kind of true.
And he was talking about Solo, wasn't
Uh, no, he was talking about Samoa Joe. Come on now.
he? Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, shit.
Let's just keep it for real. If you
Damn,
really want to go the real
damn.
Samoan
He said
domination, Roman Reigns is not it, Chief.
it's Samoa Joe. Look, listen, Samoa
I'm just gonna
Joe.
tell you guys, wrestling fans, if you like Roman Reigns, I like Roman Reigns, but he's two dimensional. I
Yeah,
said that he's two dimensional. He's tater tots 1 minute, and then the next minute, oh, I can believe that. Get real. I'm gonna tune that motherfucker up. Oh, bro, you are. I would rather watch paint dry right now than watch you cut a promo, Roman. You can't cut a promo. That's the principle. Honestly, you're getting schooled by everybody around you. That's the
look,
unfortunate part.
listen. The the latest the latest man to cook him, Jacob Fatu, on a promo
Oh, no doubt. Jacob Fatu is literally a step above him right now, and it's scary. And if they bring in Zilla Fatu out of nowhere, I guarantee it'd be the same because he can't cut a promo. Roman Reigns is one dimensional.
Oh yeah, yo, I've seen Zilla Fatu cut promos. Oh shit. What?
Can I just be honest? Fucking right now Roman Reigns is Marky Mark in the Funk Punch right now. He can't cut a
Yo,
promo.
yo, no, I'm saying with Zilla Fatu, money, money
Yes,
on
and
the
I just called
promos.
Roman Reigns Marky Mark in the Funk Punch. Yes. He's good
Well,
vibrations.
listen,
One hit wonder.
listen, he deserves it right now. Cause Zilla Fatu is killing it on the mic
Oh, Zazilla is definitely like I'm surprised if WWE don't sign him, AEW should sign
because
him.
of his freaking uncle.
AEW should
Why?
sign him. I'm all for it.
His freaking
I think
his
Zilla.
freaking uncle.
Watching Zilla Fatu, I think he fits the AEW mold than he does the WWE. I said that. I think he suits
Okay.
better. I think he personally, if you brought Zilla Fatu in on AEW, right? Number one thing you would do with him, build him up, get him good. I would love to see him and Kevin Knight tear the building off a roof.
Or what you do is you bring in a Samoan, like a Samoan alignment, because you got Tangaloa and
You
Tangaloha,
could, you could, but
Tangaloha, not Tangaloa, it's
you
Tangaloha. That's
you
his
bring
real name, Tangaloha, and Jeff Cobb.
you could, but I would rather see Jacob. I would rather see Zilla Fatu be his own thing. So personally, me, I would rather see him be his own thing and winning his own titles. So
Okay,
if and where, let's just say he goes and does a little run in AEW. Let's say they sign him, pick him up, and he does a few things in AEW for a good like 3 years. Let's say 3 years, hypothetically. And then he goes over to WWE. He could turn around to Roman while Roman's like 43, 45. It turn around. I'm here to replace you. I've already done it all. I've won everything, things that you didn't do. I've already done it. I am better than you. And I was underlooked, never signed, and I never got a call from you. You see how that promo can work? Now, see, Jacob
yeah. No, the
Fatu, see,
problem.
that's where Jacob Fatu should be doing these promos because he was MLW champion. He was a big
Of
entity
course.
on the indie scene. He should call out Roman and go, look, dog, you haven't been in an indie scene to save your soul. You haven't been on other shows and winning belts. I have. I am better than you, and I've scratched and clawed to get to where I need to be. But now I'm here to take from your table. and I'm gonna be the new tribal chief when I'm done with it. You see, that's the things they should be doing, but they won't.
Yes. No, no, and then too, it's all that Zilla two situation is all due to
So I'm
Rikishi.
gonna make a wild prediction, and I'm gonna be wrong with this one. So here's a wild prediction for you guys. I think the things with Lucha Underground coming back is because who owns AAA and who had a partnership with Lucha Underground for a while.
Triple A.
Drink that in and think about it. WWE. Why are they doing all this promotion stuff for Lucha Underground right now on YouTube and shit like that? I think
True.
it's gonna be replays of their stuff, but couldn't that be WWE trying to recatalyte Magic? They want to make money so badly. Wouldn't it be something they brought back Lucha Underground and they made it into a thing on the CW?
So no, so same with Persephone. Let's talk about it a little bit. So you we were we were saying earlier, a little bit privately that they took her off of TV to like what is it, to renegotiate the contract, correct?
Right.
And I could
Well,
see
okay, you
her
gotta
stay.
so you gotta remember this. They went the same way as
Hmm.
Tekla. Tekla, they gave her a test out contract to see how it would go with AEW her being there, right? And it was successful because they put the belt around her. She beat Tony Storm,
That
so
was
it
after.
worked.
No, no, it was Chris Statlander that she beat.
Chris Statlander, okay, thank you. Well, she also
Chris,
beat Tony Storm too in the process
Tony
of
Storm
that.
too, yeah, in the process, yeah.
So AEW had a lot of faith in her. Persephone, I feel the same way. I think Persephone starts out in CMLL. They bring her into AEW. I see her as TBS champion. I could see that happening at some point, but they got to get on the same page. And also WWE's in the hunt for her too as well, because the reports were out on Persephone that her contract, she signed a short term deal with AEW.
Gotcha.
And AEW's been well known for this, where they'll sign a short term, like a minor league roster kind of G League kind of contract, give you
That's
to
out the
see how it
waters.
goes to test out the waters. And I think that's the great thing to do. If you're AEW, you should be doing those things. If you're
And I feel,
go ahead.
and for me, I feel as though now she should sign a good old long term contract, just like what Tekla did with AEW,
Yeah.
because it's working out. It's working out. What
Well, where are they going to put
and plus,
Persephone to begin with in AAA to begin with? They already have what's her name, and they pretty much have her basically in the new in the one that debuted last week.
yeah, La Catalina,
Yeah, they don't need Persephone over in they really don't.
Triple A. But
Yeah,
she
they
spoke about, and she's kind of discussed this too. No, she not kind of, but she discussed this too, that she like, oh, excuse me, dear, that she likes the dual contract with CMLL
You know
AEW.
another person. Speaking of Persephone, another person that they should go out and sign AEW, and I know that's going to sound. I really really like her right now. Is uh, st- uh, Stat Delander.
Well, did you see the debut of Manswana on Ring of Honor? It's coming.
Yeah, I honestly just think they should sign her. She's too good of a talent. I think WWE dropped the
Manswana,
ball with her when she was on fucking NXT at the time.
yeah, and Manswana did a good debut for himself on Ring of Honor on the latest episode that happened on Thursday.
Can I just be honest about Ring of Honor? I'm actually kind of getting into the Ring of Honor thing just because if I'm gonna shift away from doing WWE, I may throw that in as a review on a
Yeah,
Friday. Just
no,
because Ring of Honor is really kind of impressing me with the I like the TV studio thing and I kind of like what they're doing with it. It's not over the top. It's just in the middle and it's not bad.
at first it wasn't. At first, for me, I was watching. I said, "Okay, what is this? What are you trying? Well, what you're trying to do here? What are you trying to do?" And then eventually, they gave us a little bit of a feel and insight to what they're doing with this, to what they're doing with the whole TV studio setup. And I said, okay, I'm gonna watch a little bit more. And as I continued to watch a little bit more with the Ring of Honor inside the TV studio, I said, okay, I can rock with this more so than WWE.
Right.
And I've been watching that. Listen, I watched the whole episode of Ring of Honor from Thursday. Very good. And then the main event match they had the Rascals on Ring of Honor. So at least they're getting their, and you know what too? They're getting their reps in Ring of Honor so that when they come up into AEW TV, they can just continue on with it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, that's what Ring of Honor should be. It should be for talent that you're not really utilizing on. I don't think AEW needs a NXT. I've kind of said this for a minute. They don't need NXT, like a type
No,
system like that. They could do it within
because
Ring of
because
Honor. I mean,
because
they can
because
filter.
remember, yeah, because remember that was being we kind of and we discussed about this too about AEW should have like a sort of NXT style developmental, and I said, so it was like a so what do you do with Ring of Honor after you put that in?
Well, they're doing a Ring
Because
of
that
Honor. You're seeing it in live time. What they are doing is now it's kind of they're taking what I said, what we've said on this show,
yes,
but they're not doing a
what we
developmental. They're just cycling out talents between the products. So, like for
yeah,
instance, Leo Rush, like okay, he's hotter than shit, but we can't put him in these situations over here. But what we could do is we could put him on Ring of Honor and
yes,
have him build his character. So when we put him up over here, bingo bango, we're good.
yep, and that's what they're doing. And with the women's tag team division too, you see with high end and Maya World.
Does Ring of Honor have women's tag team belts yet?
No, 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 they don't. But I
See,
mean, with
that's
their
one
like
thing.
tag,
That's
like
one thing I think what the AEW tag team belts they should do is have them float between the products.
okay,
Have the
yeah, I
minion
mean,
come into Ring of Honor, do something like in a taping situation where they go and take on like Ring of Honor, for the titles or like an elimination or
hmm
championship match. Oh, two things that we're going to talk about on this show real quickly because I know Smooth needs to get going here soon. Real quickly, two major news that took place on the AEW side is Triller is getting sued by AEW.
yes,
Triller
I saw that.
is getting sued for millions of dollars in lost revenue. I guess
Actually, it's about
AEW.
five
Go ahead.
million, five
5
million. That
million,
it
and I
says
guess
about
AEW's pissed off over the Tony Khan in general's pissed off over pay-per-view wages being lost.
yes.
I
hmm
guess
That's what it
Triller's a
said.
parent company did not pay out on these things, and so they're going to court. And then I guess AEW has a case, like a real major case, which may sink. Oh, and I think it's really going to happen. This is my prediction. I think honestly, AEW is going to sink Triller on purpose so they can buy him. Drink
That's what
that
it is
in.
because drink it in because guess what? They have their own streaming platform. My AEW.
Just think about it. And people are not thinking about this. Triller is already bleeding in the red badly, supposedly.
That's it. That's it.
And
And TK and what they're gonna do is they're gonna settle out of court, and TK is gonna buy them.
yep. Another thing is TK also abolished their toy line. So the company that they were working with, I saw those reports. That's actually real reports. They're not reportedly. Came from the Wrestling Observer slash I believe other outlets were covering it. I guess the company that they were using for toy manufacturing 5-year deal is up, and AEW decided to lay off everybody and can the collaboration. So I don't know if toys are
Okay.
coming out anymore. I don't know if AEW is going to find a new toy maker. I guess from my understanding, from reading the articles, that AEW is reconstructing everything with their company, and they're trying to settle. They're trying to clean up all the lost wages that are happening, from my understanding.
which which is a good thing.
And Tony Khan, I guess, is cleaning all the dead weight. From what I was reading in articles, Tony Khan's doing a whole resurgency of AEW, I guess. And I'm not surprised
And
because if the reports are right, Tony Khan may be losing his TV deal, so he's got to do everything in his power at this point to kind of clean up all the dead weight before,
yes,
because he may be he may be putting Dynamite and Collision on YouTube for a while until they find something.
or
Now,
they'll
my other
probably
thing,
do.
I am not gonna go that far like some of these dirt sheet writers that are supposedly experts. I don't think they go YouTube TV. They're gonna want to be accessible to many different households, and a lot of people don't have YouTube TV, and a lot of people don't want to spend money. You're already talking about that's gonna be expensive as all shit. What I think personally AEW is gonna do, and this is just me, I think they'll go partner with Amazon or one of them, one of the ones that have so many
Bingo.
people on. And then I think they'll do Dynamite and whatnot on my AEW, and they'll give you a package. Either you globally, they'll do like for $60 a year, or like $100, 100 smackaroos. You get all the pay-per-views and you get our shows and Ring of Honor all in one package for $100 a year. Or you pay $9.99 a month. There you go. They'll just take a page out of WWE's book when they did the whole WWE Network. And then if you want
Yes.
extra perks, like for instance, you want discounts and things like that, you pay $120. So $20 more, you get premium seats, premium this. They'll take a page out of WWE Club. And for $20 more, you'll get like 50% off here and there, 30% here. They'll do something. I don't think AEW is going to go over to YouTube TV if Paramount, and by the way, it's not a done deal. The board approved it. Now it has to come down to FCC filings, and supposedly the House and the Senate are going to fight this. It's far from over. So just get prepared. There's already states already talking they're going to sue the shit out of this. So it may break down. So
Okay.
or also, too, the other rumor and speculated that Warner Brothers Discovery is possibly going to get out of the wrestling side of things. That was also discussed, too, that Warner Brothers Discovery is cutting costs before they merge. So I wouldn't be surprised if AEW gets cut for budget reasons. Now, another thing that I could see AEW doing, which wouldn't be surprising to me, I wouldn't be surprised to see if Fox takes a chance on them, on like a Fox Sports 1 or a Fox Sports 2. Wouldn't be surprised. Fox said they weren't happy with WWE, but were they really truly happy? Well, WWE is a bigger entity. A small entity like AEW, a smaller entity like AEW, they could take a chance on. So Fox could. You never know. Never know with that one.
But more likely, I would see we could see them go to Amazon.
I think Amazon, I really think Amazon was really, last time I read, Amazon was very happy with their pay-per-view buy rates. They were really happy with it. By the way, I know
So
I want to say this real quickly. I've lost some subscribers on YouTube recently. Let me address that real quick before we go. I know my content hasn't been up to the Wraith Realm expectations. I want to address that. My mom's was going through some shit, still going through some shit. I'm doing my best. I've kind of cut down the platforms that I stream to. I'm streaming to Twitch and YouTube, or just Twitch in general. I don't want to be doing too many platforms that are not benefiting me. And I don't want to waste people's time streaming to platforms that I'm not growing on. And I don't want people to go boom, 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 trying to find me everywhere. That's the other thing, too, that I'm running into in that conundrum. So I decided to pull out of the multi-streaming altogether. The only time I multi-stream is when I'm doing a show with Smooth for YouTube, or when I want to just put some games up on YouTube and have a conversation with people in Discord. But most of the time, you're going to find me on Twitch because I'm trying to grow that platform. Now, I'm not going to stop doing TikTok. I'm not going to stop doing Rumble. I'm not gonna. Well, Rumble, I just relaunched my channel over there because some reason Rumble is weird. They don't allow you to change your name unless you delete the channel. And I don't want to delete the channel, so I just made another channel on top of my main account, which is weird. They try to do the YouTube shit, and it's weird. Their system is wild. But yeah, that's where I'm at. I know some of you guys are impatient with me, but you guys got to understand, like, I'm trying my best and trying to keep my mental sanity right, too. That's the other thing. I got to keep my health in check, more importantly. And as I said earlier in my stream earlier yesterday, I can't be here and be having emotional breakdowns. It's no good for you. It's no good for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't want to put that shit quality out to you guys either. I don't want to put out, like, if I'm like 50% of myself, I do not want to put out content. I've told this gentleman here, I've told a lot of you,
Mhm.
I've told people in my server, I don't want to be 50% of me. I want to give 100% of me. And if I'm giving 50%, then I do need to take a step back and get in the right mindset to give you that 100%. So just, be patient. We're going to be doing more of this. Trust me.
Of
I'm going to need
course.
you guys. I'm going to need you guys more than ever. I've told this to everybody. I'm going to be live daily on Twitch going forward. You're going to find me on Twitch. When I go purple on things, you're going to see me here. And when I'm doing the show with Smooth, we're going to be live on both sides. So
Oh
we're going to have a
yes.
kick-ass time. I gave up on the Kick and a lot of the other platforms. I wasn't growing on those platforms. And I got to be
Okay.
realistic to myself. If I'm not growing on those platforms or I'm not getting the traction, I'm wasting my time. I'm literally just going live to go live, and you guys have spoken. I go where the audience goes. You guys have spoken to me. If it's not Twitch or YouTube, you ain't watching me. And so I have to listen to my audience. I have to give the people what they want, right? As who was that? Give the people what they want. Is that Orange Cassidy? Is that an Orange
Yeah.
Cassidyism? Okay. Yeah. So basically, going forward, and then another one I want to comment on is WWE, right? Am I going to continue to do the WWE stuff? Yes and no. We're going to see where it goes. If WWE continues to keep putting out these boring bangers of shows, then yeah, I may be pulling out of it. I may be
Mhm.
done. I
Yeah.
can't sit here and watch highlights and then come on here and be positive and joyful joy. And and it's becoming apparent when we're talking about everything else but WWE on this show.
True.
Now I will say this. If I do stop covering WWE, I will cover the major shows. Like I will cover like a SummerSlam, Survivor Series, things like that. But I just won't do
You
the
know,
main shows anymore.
no, because it's getting to just be it, it's not good at all.
And I've
It's not
discussed
good.
with this
Plus,
gentleman because he's getting tired. So I discussed with this gentleman real quick that I may cover MLW in replacement. I may recover MLW,
Ring of Honor.
Ring of Honor, and I may throw in. And I know this is gonna sound weird of me. I may throw in TNA and AAA. May.
Mm,
I don't want to do too many
mm,
shows, but I want to replace if I'm doing outside stuff. I'd rather replace WWE with stuff that I like, that I've been watching.
true.
And I may do some wacky stuff like maybe talk about JCW. Who knows with me? You may get
Of course.
something weird.
Yes.
I may just go on the Roku TV channel that's now on Apple TV, I think, or Android TV. I don't know. I have both set-top boxes. I may start watching NWA. May start
Yes.
watching NWA. I may start watching that plane crash, because I got nothing better to do. And if this gentleman does too with me, we'll cover
I'm
it.
gonna
But
do it. Oh, most definitely. Listen, we most definitely.
what I
Should
want to, if
WWE go?
WWE is going the way it's going with this flagging and their shows, just I feel I'm not trying to be mean. We're gonna continue like we normally do. This is not changing, but I am making this kind of address, kind of like if they continue this shit and they keep making these dud pay-per-views and this petty other shit, I may just be done for a while. I may take a
Yeah, me
break and just
too.
watch their just pay-per-view, their shows that I care about.
Listen, right now for me, I've been watching a lot of Ring of Honor, New Japan, got into watching Stardom, and also MLPW. Man, oh
Yeah,
man,
I'm actually really
MLP,
excited for the summer show. I will be covering their summer show.
yes, it
Their
went.
kickoff season because I'm a Mario Ronaldo fan, so I have to.
Oh yeah,
I have to watch.
they Global Wars was a good show that they put on, and
Yes, it was.
their latest one was Uprising.
That was also good too.
Yeah,
And
that
by the
was
way, and
also a
I've
good
also
one.
been
So see,
watching House of Glory. By the way, guys, I've been watching House
and
of
House
Glory
of Glory
too.
too,
I've been
and
enjoying
House of
their
Glory
LA,
too.
their taped LA shows. I've been enjoying that.
Mhm.
I
Oh
don't want to
yes,
seem I'm
listen, House of
negative towards W. I want this to be clear. We're not negative towards WWE. It's just I can't sit.
W.
I can't sit and give you guys positivity. I want
No,
to be positive when I do reviews, and I don't want to sit and I just feel like I've watched my stuff back, and I'm very toxic towards WWE product. And if I'm that bad, then I might have stopped watching for a little while and watch
no,
replace it with other things that are more entertaining that I think will give you guys an opportunity. And I think if I threw you guys curveballs of different products and shows and reviewed different products and shows, I think you guys would go out and support those other places more than a WWE. And I'm not saying WWE is bad for people's health. Look, if you enjoy this show, great. I'm happy for you. But for me right
but
now,
there
I'm kind of been angry more than anything. I come on here pissed off as I watch the shows. Not gonna lie.
and there are other products in the wrestling scene and wrestling world to cover, so you don't have to sit down and be frustrated.
Yes.
Frustrate yourself over WWE TV,
Well, I kind
and
of
that
want to experience. I've been watching it off and on, but I want to watch their weekly shows now because I've been really interested because some of my favorite wrestlers are over there. MLW. I really want to
MLW.
watch
Yes,
Major League Wrestling. I kind of want to start watching and reviewing it because I'm a big Karrion Cross fan, and Killer Cross being back and being champion, I'm kind of excited for that. And I've been watching it. I've been glancing at it here and there. And the same with Shanti. I want to follow that because I'm a big Shanti fan. I want to see what she does with the CMLL Championship actually belt. That guess what they did? They actually came out and gave her the full send off, which was cool.
mm,
So in the future, just expect different changes coming from me. Um, like I said, I'm making some changes, and I think we're still going to cover WWE. I'm going to give them a chance. I'm going to see what they do going into Italy and Saturday
they got
night's
to do
main
better.
event. And if
They got to do better.
I'm going to determine after those pay-per-views and shows if I want to continue. I may only do special events here and there and replace them with other things. It's no knock on WWE. It's just I'm just getting burnt out on the same slop, the same shit. Them not
And
wanting
now
to
we
innovate.
no creative AI pushing the whole AI is in the whole shit.
And I'm just tired of like Roman Reigns coming on television or podcast saying that you're just gonna deal with it. And I'm like, no, I don't have to deal with it. There's competition out there. I can go somewhere else for my time.
It's
It's like
competition.
it's Coke to Pepsi, or there's Coke and then there's Pepsi, and I could drink whatever Coke I want, any different flavor. I can go anywhere I want. Like you can
Yes,
miss out on a viewer at that point. Anyway, let's get this. We're gonna wrap it up, guys. Thank you guys for watching and stepping in and having a conversation with us. I know that we're gonna get back on track on this and streaming. You're gonna find me on
of
Twitch. So
course.
after this tonight, after this show, I'll be over on Twitch gaming it up as always. I may go live here and there on this channel with some gaming. The reason I don't is because I play Fortnite, and Fortnite I get hit with little third-party copyrights. They're not major ones, but they could turn into major ones. So to be safe, I just keep it on Twitch. Certain games, if I'm playing like a story game or something, I may turn on the stuff. That video response thing that will be up shortly after the show, so expect it. I will definitely throw it up shortly, and then I'll put that up on X. So Smooth, you'll probably see that up on X, and I'll tag you and everything. Guys, go check out Smooth
Okay.
over on X, over on Kick, over on Twitch, over on YouTube. I'll have his ad sign down
Instagram.
below. Instagram. I'll have his
Yes.
@ everywhere for you guys and whatnot. So anyway, guys, as always, thank you guys for stopping in. If you're over on Twitch Reno, let's go find somebody to raid.
Yes. And sports tonight. You got the Ducks facing off against the Golden Knights. Series tied at 2-2.
Hell
Game
yeah, let's
5
go.
tonight.
Hell yeah.
Game 5. Listen, Ducks. The Ducks could take a 3-2 series lead tonight.
Yes, absolutely.
And then you have the Spurs playing up against the T-Wolves. Game 5. So yes.
Absolutely. It was a great show. 3 hours. Hell yeah. Let's go. We're going to go raid Technical Girl. I'll see you